obviously more universal and they're just like tossed around, but I still like, I get nervous posting any cuss words on my like Instagram.
I feel like I feel that a lot of people, especially like business and motivation, all that stuff, love using cuss words now. They're like, let's fucking go, bro.
Really?
Like, I don't know. And I think it's more, do you know who Gary Vee is at all?
No.
No. You're not into like I feel like you're into social media, but you don't consume a lot of social media.
That is very true.
Okay.
Yeah, I can elaborate on that.
I feel like a lot of people are creators or consumers.
So I think, you know how you can kind of train your algorithm to be what you want it to be?
Teach me.
Mine? Okay, well, you know, the more here's how I do it. I use the Explore page more than the feed.
Okay. Why is that?
I instantly go to the Explore page because it looks more so like I feel more Pinteresty. Well, the way I have trained my algorithm is the more funny things you click on, the more funny memes that pop up, or the more euphoric looking posts pop up that you like or you save.
The ones that bring you good energy.
The ones that bring you good energy, but paintings, cartoons, anime characters, fashion, and I'll save so many things. So the saved on my Instagram is like a whole other Instagram page.
And you consume that.
I consume that. It's like looking at the TV or a catalog.
You're literally making it yours.
Yeah. I still
versus consuming what is put out and put in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Focusing more so on that. I love that. I do get inspired.
It's like a mood board.
That's exactly the word I was trying to look for. And I do still, support people. I follow people for a reason. I do check on my friends' things. I get inspired by the work people do, artists, anybody I follow. I love following dancers. They're the greatest. But I will say my go-to is on Instagram. I'll go straight to the Explore page. Just look at pretty stuff.
I think that's the healthiest way
stuff.
I've heard of consuming social media. Because so many people are given this algorithm that they didn't necessarily curate, or it's an ad.
Yeah, you can totally curate it.
I feel like you could spend a healthy amount of time on there and not go crazy if you do it that way.
For sure. No, mine looks, you know what it also looks like? Did you ever do mood boards or cut out things from magazines?
A long time ago.
And make collages? Yeah. I feel like that's what my Instagram Explore page looks like. It's a lot.
So do you go to the Instagram Explore page or your saved photos and videos and stuff for inspiration sometimes?
All the time. If I'm in the music studio now,
sure, and
I don't know what to talk about or what to say or a line, or even just want to look at something, I go straight there. I'll can show you real quick, just so you can kind of visualize it, just to see it.
Your saved stuff?
Or even this is my Explore page right now. It's giving pretty,
Oh, for sure.
Look at me getting a call. Who's calling me right now? But I'll go here and just look at all this.
That's so aesthetically pleasing.
Right. And so it's calming for my brain rather than going on here and comparing myself to a bunch of things that, you can compare yourself to very quickly on social media. And that's probably one of the darkest parts of it. So I try to lean towards the light parts of it.
Especially for young girls.
Absolutely.
Comparing to certain bodies or this type of look, or even the makeups and stuff too. There's a lot of girls who look a lot older than they are because they're really good at makeup.
Well, it's just anything at all. I think that's what's, everybody deals with comparison.
Money.
Anything okay. That you consume and you look at a person and you look, that's other, when we were talking about how you're perceived on Instagram or perceived on social media. I think we forget that sometimes we only see the finished product or what is presented.
Yeah, a lot of people want the perceived life you have without knowing the work it took to get you there.
Yeah, and also when it's talking about the comparison to, as a female, I'm gonna go compare myself to somebody that just uploaded this picture of them on the beach, but hey, if it's not edited, dang, I'm inspired. If it's edited, you look too perfect. Now I'm comparing myself. Yeah. Not saying I don't edit my own photos. I'm sure people feel crazy when they look at my stuff, maybe.
Sure.
Which I don't love, but at the same time, it's just 2025, man.
You said before the podcast we were talking about saying there was a negative perception of you sometimes. When it comes to being, what was the word that you used?
What did I?
I don't know. It's a negative word. I don't know.
Oh, I just, like, back in high school, I remember, like, one of my photographers back at the time, we're friends. She's not just my photographer, she's one of my best friends. But she would tell me, like, she would do shoots with people, and they'd be like, is Delaney, like, mean? And she'd be like, what? And I think because people see, like, a high following account or
well, following is like similar to status nowadays. Like, it's attention is like the biggest thing that brings in a lot of income now. That's attention through podcasts or news space or the movie. Like, if you look at the SAG Awards or the Oscars, that's all attention. How much did people around the world pay attention to your movie, your dance, your whatever?
Wild. That's extremely true. And I think that sometimes it could be a blessing and a curse. And unfortunately, I think when the curse happens is that, I was actually just talking to my producer yesterday about this, that he sometimes feels like, you know, if something doesn't do well, it sucks. And you're like, this is so fly. And like, why am I comparing the number? Because sometimes we look now at the number before the art. And I think that's what unfortunately happens a lot of times with like artists and even dancers, man. Like, there's auditions now where you put your Instagram following. And in some ways that's cool because if you have a following, you're able to book things and help promote this art company form. Or brand or art form. But then it's like so crazy because, man,
there's a lot of dope dancers out there.
I'm just forever a quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's it for me. And so, you know, you can see someone upload a crazy song and it has like not that many views, but man, the fly ones know it's fly. So there could be 44 people who like this video and the song is so gas and they're bumping it and people just don't even understand how cool it truly is, you know, because their minds, they're just not as cool. And then there could be another song that has 4 million likes and I'm never playing it in my car. You know?
No,
so,
for sure. There's plenty of songs like that.
It's interesting. The world is interesting right now.
Do you know who Rick Rubin is?
Ooh, I feel like I've heard the name. Man,
he's in the creative space.
You might think I'm literally Patrick Star living under a rock. Like, no, let's talk about him.
Everyone loves Patrick, though.
Yeah, that's like, but you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, I feel like that happens to me a lot, too.
Hey, you knew about the news stuff today about the war and stuff. I didn't know. Hey. So you're not completely under a rock.
Right. Yeah. I'm aware.
So Rick Rubin is like a hippie producer in the sense of he's helped write songs for almost every big person that you can think of.
Yeah.
Beyonce, Kanye,
wow.
Black.
I really failed not knowing that one. I'm gonna Google you tonight.
Let's go, Rick Rubin. He wrote this book. I forgot the name of it, but I finished it. I read it like 3 or 4 times last year. The Creative Act.
Cool.
And he really emphasizes at the end of the day, just making pure art for you. And like, if you believe it's truly the best piece of work out there, it doesn't matter anyone else. You're the biggest fan, you know? And if you don't think it's great and the whole world still thinks it's great, that might not be good enough. It could be better.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that completely.
What do you call it? So how's recording music?
I was going to say something about music as we're talking about this, because I feel I'm just now teasing things on my stories of like little parts of songs that I've liked, and I'm still in such a new I'm in the creative space. Like I'm in the creative realm of like, we're figuring it out.
How's the transition so far from obviously moving your moving your body to moving your vocal cords?
Singing, ooh. Hey, cheers to that.
Let's go.
Let's cheers. This looks hot. I'm scared. Let's try it.
Don't burn yourself. It's pretty hot.
It's hot.
We'll take a couple minutes. We got water.
It's new, and I'm loving it because it's a challenge.
It also is such a cool thing to suck so bad at something and then slowly get better. And then you're like, oh, I was there not too long ago.
Yeah, it's probably one of the coolest things, and that's something, I mean, I'll always love dance. Dance is my favorite thing on earth, I would say.
Why is it your favorite thing?
Because it makes me feel so good when I do it. Like, there have been times where I've fully had an anxiety attack because I was like overwhelmed, right? And the only thing that calmed me down is when I put a song on and I started dancing. And I was actually with one of my friends at the time, and I was having a panic attack. I was just not feeling well. Everything was overwhelming. I felt my breath kind of just like, I was freaking out. was having a freak out moment. And I was like, I'm so sorry, this might be awkward, but I'm gonna just play music. I'm just gonna dance around a little bit. And I wasn't doing anything. I just was like letting my soul move around. And it gave me comfort. And it was something that I've done since I was 3 years old. So it's been a constant, unconditional love I've had my whole life. And I'm comfortable in it. It's like walking, you know? I do it all the time.
How do you teach someone that release? Because there's a lot of people out there who have like this anxiety and all this tension built up. And I think I'm a great example too. Like I don't go turn on a song and just dance. And the way that you just described it right now in terms of what it did for you mentally or healing wise, like it's very romantic from someone who hasn't done it since they're 3.
Well, do you have certain favorite songs that you play in the guitar work?
Yeah, on guitar, yeah, for sure.
You would play guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I meant playing in the car, but we can talk about both.
Okay, sick.
But
that's a similar thing though. When I play guitar, it's similar to the way that you explain dance.
Yeah. It's honestly just finding that realm of where, like, I'm a very visual person, so sometimes when I even try to explain
clearly
things,
by the explore page.
Yeah, like I'm like, I even see you playing guitar. I was just like thinking about how you probably put your emotions out to this, and like I pictured the little, like,
You saw it.
I saw it. I saw the stream of like stars and dust and galaxy coming from your guitar, and like that's how dance makes me feel. I allow myself, and it's really just about opening your literal third eye to. There's more than just the movement of it.
Yeah.
To like a mind, body, soul thing. So I think the first step is like being aware that that's actually possible to go deeper into what you're doing.
That's crazy that you just described the playing of the guitar so vividly. That was wild.
I'm a vivid dancer, and that's something I do like to teach in my class.
So when you dance, or I guess when you teach, how do you teach that vision of what you just portrayed of like?
It's whatever I feel in the moment. I would say, like, if I was like doing a move like this, like I would probably tell the class, picture like your hand trailing, and it's like a ripple effect of like as if it was an edit in something, and it's like and you see your hand going a bunch of times. Like you can try to. I just like to romanticize every move, man.
Because when I see you dance too, it looks like you're kicking something. If you're gonna kick, or like. Like it's not dramatic's not the word, but it looks so real. Like you're doing the thing.
Committed. It's commitment, and sorry, I'm taking my shoes off.
No,
it's
you're good.
Clunk in there. I think what I like to teach in class, or like if anybody's listening here and has seen me dance before, it's about also the person that you are outside of the dance room. And it's about meshing your human self with your dance self and putting the two together. So all the emotions that you have, like if you go into a hip hop class and the song is talking about how much you're so much flyer than your ex or something, like you have to go, you can dance it, but if you go tap into like a feeling that you had with a person in the past that like fuels you in a way, and you tap into like literally the emotions, you don't let it overcome you, you just let it fuel what you're doing, you can start to like find parts of you that have gone through things, and you put it into the way you accent something. So it's like that feeling that I had there wasn't just me doing this. It's like, oh, I'm talking shit to somebody with my body and my mental, and they're not there. They don't care. They don't even know. But that's where the superpower lies.
Delaney just did that so swaggy, and she didn't move anything else besides her hands.
Dude, but but it's really it's a mind, body, soul thing. Yeah. It's what you're thinking about.
I've taken a couple dance classes at Millennium Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And I just think what you said is impossible right now for me, because I don't have the full dance vocabulary to actually just do the move without the expression.
You think it's impossible, even though I just kind of like gave you some tips?
No, not impossible. I mean, currently right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
I can't drop into like a splits or something. I physically can't.
I don't even know if I could do that anymore. I can, but it hurts. Like I'm 28. Like I used to do splits. I used to do all the time, but I feel you. I hear you.
That was an exaggerated like move, obviously. Like I don't know I don't know the dance vocab of hip hop moves. So the first thing that came in mind. Yeah. So it's not impossible. It would take a while to get the vocabulary to do so and then emphasize the motion. Do you think?
Yeah, but there's also just a level of like alignment where you are as a human and like what you believe in, I would say in like a spiritual way. Like you can obviously train at something and get better. That happens. You train in baseball, you're going to get better at baseball. You train in dance, you're going to get better in dance. But at the same time, you can be training so much at the same time somebody else is. But if you're tapped in here and you're thinking about the stuff that I just told you, or you're thinking about, like you're actually taking it serious and you're taking what the gift of somebody tossing you a little bit of their realm, like you are, it's not impossible. We're all, but I will say it'll be a different realm. I like to say the word realm because it's also like I have my own realm. I've been dancing for 28 years. I'm not going to say that you're going to go into a class and we're going to dance the same way. I'm not saying 100%. That, but like I'm saying like it is possible to tap in to the feeling that I feel when I dance.
Okay.
So you could feel, because dance is like, dude, it feels so good. And someone just commented on my Instagram video that I posted yesterday. They were like, dude, I can just tell that you love this shit. And I'm like, I love it. I love it. And it's gotten to a point where I've done it so many times. I've trained in it so many times where taking a class for me is no longer that scary. Like I don't go into the video, like I might be like, ooh, how does it start? Like, but it doesn't scare me anymore. It's more fun and I enjoy it because I let myself,
Do you feel...
Am I doing good on this podcast right now?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know.
I feel like you're killing it.
You're killing it.
You got that big nail energy out here. What is nail energy? I've never heard that phrasing before.
So I would just say...
Oh, you're excited to talk about it.
I just started doing my nails a couple of years ago. I was on
by yourself?
tour.
You did those by yourself?
No.
Oh.
No.
I was like,
there's
damn.
no way. But the girls on tour, they would do their nails, and I went through a phase where like I had no nails on. I was like not a nail girly, and then I got them done for the first time, and I was like, whew, like it is just like an extension. It's like it's an attitude, like it's an extension of like how you feel, and especially people like me who kind of talk with their mannerisms, or dancers, like it's like an accessory.
An extra expression of yourself.
It's like, just like I feel like jewelry is an energy too when you're wearing jewelry.
Well, clothing or fashion. Total,
everything. Right? So nails, there's definitely, and there's girls who, have you ever like gone down like you should get a nail girly on here because nail techs and nail art is so incredible. People have masterpieces on their hands. And it's just like, you're just dripped out.
I love it, but it makes no sense to me as a man
For sure.
Because maybe not, it's just, you have to get them done like every couple weeks, bro.
Yeah, but man, that new set, you can't tell me nothing with the new set on.
Do you get so excited when you have to, you get them done? Like, is it nice? Like, I've got a pedicure done before and it feels good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What do you try to express through your nails?
Fairy.
Fairy? Why fairy?
I like to feel ethereal because these are clearly not my nails. Like my nails don't grow this long. My nails are not sparkly. I have regular human nails, but I feel like a fairy would have some sparkly nails.
You like anime?
Yeah. I don't watch it that much, but I grew up with my brother watching it all the time, and I have a lot of friends that watch it, and I just like aesthetically it's so pleasing to the eye and it's incredible. It's honestly incredible. I've watched anime multiple times. Actually, I just like don't watch a show from start to finish. I'm not gonna be on here talking like I know all this.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful thing. I think it's so incredible.
Do you get inspiration from that at all?
Absolutely. All my little cover photos on my dance videos, like I want them to look like emotion of like.
I feel like they could do a lot of cool tricks and stuff too. Like if it's martial arts or if it's like some dancing and stuff too. Like they're always fly.
Always fly. Never not fly.
Never not fly.
Never not fly.
What's the importance of like, I guess, fashion for you now? Because from a contemporary artist to like someone in hip hop, like contemporary like visual, when I see that is very like uptight, classy. You got tights and stuff on, and like you're going very slow and flowy to someone who's wearing a sports bra with a half cut shirt off and some like swaggy pants. Like that's such a different 180 or dichotomy of like where your dance career has gone.
Well, I gotta give it to my mom on the styling and the fashion, because my mom has always put me in the flyest things from the day I was born.
No way.
I have pictures of my hair in pigtails with a cheetah coat on.
Stop it.
Yeah, like.
So, did your mom dress like that too?
Yeah, she's the flyest. My mom is like.
Does she still dress like that?
Main muse, yes. My mom's closet, like we share everything. We share all our clothes. Yeah, she's so fly. She actually used to call me out when I didn't have a fly outfit on, like in high school, and it would like hurt my feelings because I would want to be with the trends, you know, like the girls would wear like white skinny jeans with like a platform shoe, and like I would come downstairs and she would roast my fit.
That was like 6th grade.
That was like,
because we're around the same age.
That was like, for me it was like high school.
Okay.
Or like middle school, like I was still figuring it out, you know, but I had always been around someone who had like the flyest clothes ever. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, you know, you're growing up. So some people think, I remember I got bullied in middle school for wearing weird stuff. And I'll never forget, like someone like made fun of my outfit in front of a bunch of other people. So I was always, you know, like with the shits low key, because, you know, if someone's going to talk about your outfit, clearly it's pretty cool. And I remember my mom would like be like, what are you wearing? Like, she would just be so disappointed. Even
though it was like on top of the trends.
Yeah. Because it wasn't a good trend. It was just like a trend.
I feel like there's some things that are timeless, don't you think?
Absolutely.
What are timeless pieces of clothing for you?
Baggy jeans.
Baggy jeans.
I clearly love a baseball hat. I started wearing baseball hats because it's like sometimes it just like...
Well, it's an accessory for dance too. I've seen you use it a couple times.
Because it zones you into your own world. It like cuts off, because like I feel like I'm here and
I see that.
And I see everything else, but like here my peripherals are kind of like I can't really see you guys as much, and this is just puts me on, and yeah.
I wear hats a lot. I feel like I have to. I'm gonna steal that, because that is such a good representation of. It's kind of like a tunnel vision. You see it.
Absolutely.
It's just like all the haters get out of here.
It's just me. It's just me under this hat. You don't even, nobody knows, nobody else feels what it feels like under this hat.
Yeah.
But going back to the fashion, it's stressful sometimes, man. I get ready for class or go to teach a class, and I can't find a fly fit. Like,
are you the type of girlie to put like 10 different clothes on the bed and try to figure that shit out?
Yes, but I'm not ever one to like lay out an outfit.
Okay.
I'm like, what piece?
Throw it on, nah. Throw it on, nah. Like, but you have staples, like you said. Like, what's a staple in fashion that'll never leave? Like, I'm a staple girl, so like I have anything to make an outfit. Like, and that's why I save so much on Instagram. If I'm stressed, if I don't know what to do, I'll go pull inspiration from someone's outfit that I followed, and I'm not gonna have the same pieces that she has, but say she's got a beat around with some gold jewelry, her hair's half up, half down, she's got a half slip blazer, some baggy jeans, and some loafers. I can make that right now in my closet. You know, so fashion's always been, I love it. It's also like playing dress up. I think that's the main thing. Yeah.
Like,
is there any practicality for like the aesthetic of hip hop dance, of the baggy jeans, the oversized tees, the Air Force Ones?
It's actually funny. I literally like only wear Air Force Ones, and it's probably like not the best for my body only wearing that to dance in, but like and I've blissfully got sent, like, you know, people send me shoes sometimes.
That's dope.
Because it's part of my, you know, I
brand.
wear them. It's part of my brand. But I'll always rock an Air Force One. It's just like, it just works.
It's classic.
It's classic. It works. But
the white ones, guys, you can't be rocking the blacks.
Oh, yeah. I do have a pair of black for rehearsal because we have to wear all black.
Oh,
sometimes. And I'm wearing, and then people are like, whoa. And I'm like, whoa, I just wearing them.
So there's no practicality for the Air Force Ones or the baggy jeans?
Oh, no. I mean, first of all, I've never really had someone be like, what's the practicality of something? So I'm like a little stumped on the word, but what I think you're saying... Well,
so, for example, like people would use... Like, I'm assuming like in ballet, tights are to be able to go through the full range of motion without slipping. It's...
I feel
you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm talking about... Like, does the clothes that someone wears in hip-hop matter for the actual dancing aspect? That's what I'm trying to say.
For me, it does.
Okay.
Because it's... When you wear baggy clothes, you feel more, like, comfortable, kind of. Because you're not as exposed. And so that's why I like it, because again, back to like, it's just me in here.
Yeah.
When I have baggy clothes on, it feels freer and it feels cozy, and your body is allowed to, you have more space to move around in, you know?
Yeah.
And it looks cooler. I really like baggy pants. I was just telling my friend I got to get rid of so many sweatpants and buy all new sweatpants.
Why is that?
Because I'm growing, getting older, body changes, hips change, sizes change, you know? So I have, like I'm not the same size that I was when I was 22.
Sure.
But I have so many sweatpants from when, you know, I've been dancing my whole life. So I have so many sweatpants in my closet still, but they don't fit me anymore, and that's okay.
How many you got?
Oh, man.
Hundreds?
I don't know about hundreds, because, you know, I live in a small apartment, but
I feel like there's some people that I'll walk in like dancers' places. They got like
over 100,
clothes just stacked to the nines.
Combined with the stuff that I do have like back home in my mom's closet, that's mine too. Like I would say definitely over 100 pairs of sweatpants for sure.
I remember when we hung out for Tina's thing, you said you brought a piece of furniture from home into your place.
I did. I shipped a coffee table, and it's stunning, and I love it. And it's just changing my entire apartment now. I'm changing everything.
Yeah, why not get you said it made you feel like home essentially, and like why not get just a regular coffee table out here?
Energy.
Yeah.
I'm an energy girl, and it's
What do you mean by that?
So like everything has energy. You know, like this table right here has energy. It's made up of something. I'm going to go so deep into the fact that we are literally on a floating planet, you know, like where is everything coming from?
Yeah.
What is it made out of? What's it around? What is next to it? So I have memories of me as a little kid next to this specific table, and I've seen that table, you know, back 17 years ago. And so to have that table back here, like I look at that table and it makes me feel a certain way that I felt.
Of all
it's a
those
flashback, even if it's
too.
not even a full memory, it's just, it's in here. So yeah, I could go buy a new table, and it would just be a new table though.
Yeah.
And now it's just a table rather than something that I've been around, I've seen before, I've looked at it at a different time in my life, and also it's super fly. It's like, it's got a beautiful like painting on top.
Plus it's super fly.
Yeah, it's super fly. It was worth it. This wasn't like a regular table. This is like it has like I think just some type of like Chinese painting on it, and it's gold and it's silver and it's mirrored completely. It's so worth it. Couldn't find anything like it on the internet because I looked on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh wow, you're trying to find something similar.
Yeah, I was trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? I think that's where the saying comes of objects hold memory sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you look at most things that you have a memory to it. If that's like a childhood memory, or I went to this place with a friend.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like that's why people have a hard time letting go of things.
For sure.
Like the hoarders of the world. They just want to like, that my kid did this in first grade. I have the macaroni painting right here.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I feel you. It's hard, especially with clothes. It's hard. But you know what else has memories? Songs.
Okay.
That's something that
Explain.
like, you know, like you ever in the car with someone. Well, for me, I'll be like in the car with my friends, and like if a song comes on and like that's like her and her ex's song, like she's like, change it. That stuff sucks. That's always the worst. But I try to rewrite the narrative. I always try to take the songs back. I'm like, that's not your song. That's my song. So
wow.
You know.
So if you have a bad memory with a song, you'll take that song and implement it into a different activity and change the narrative of like what it means to you.
Absolutely. Right away.
What's an example of that?
What, just like a time in my life where I took a song back?
Yeah.
Someone at the time that I like just, I guess, I'm not in the same, we don't communicate anymore, taught to a song, and it's a great song. And so I'm like, I'm not going to let this person take that song from me.
What song was it?
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
I don't want to say it.
Pass.
I'll tell you after this.
Okay.
Yeah, I really will tell you after this.
Yeah.
But the song was so good, and I remember loving the song so much that I was like, oh no, you're not going to take this one from me. This is my song. I'm going to bump that, and I'm not even going to think of you. Or if I'm going to think of you, I'm going to think how I took the song back from you.
Is there any certain songs that are pivotal in your dance career?
Oh, wow. In my dance career?
Yeah, like, this song changed the perspective of I have on dance, or that changed your dance career in the sense of the world saw it and was like, yo, like
that
this girl got it.
That one definitely happened. I got to give that. There's 2 songs and 2 dance videos The first one was Pills and Automobiles, Chris Brown.
Okay.
Took a dance class to that.
Nice.
Chris Brown saw it. I ended up later dancing for Chris Brown.
I saw that one. That one hit.
That one hit. That was cool. It's funny.
I
I go back and watch that video now, and I'm like, oof, I was a sloppy mess in that video. And
you're very self-critical.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
We can get into that too. But the next one was Country Grammar by Nelly. I also trained the algorithm at the time. I was focusing on how to actually also figure out an algorithm, because it's possible. It's possible once I started to realize, like, oh, if I can post a dance video and it can maybe in a blue moon go viral, maybe an artist will see it. And maybe the artist of the song will see it. So I was like, let me teach to Country Grammar by Nelly from St. Louis. I've met him before, like, cool. And then I'm like, oh, the opening of the Cardinals game, the first day, the opening game is coming soon. Let me drop it on the day they play.
So you planned all this shit?
Planned it.
Well, okay.
And I dropped it, and that specific video, I remember, like, it's actually crazy. I had gotten booked for a music video the day of that class, and I turned down the job to teach that class. Wow. And it was weird. It was a moment of just being like, you know what?
Not knowing any of this would happen.
Not knowing any of it happening, but like manifesting it and like actually knowing. Knowing that I made the right choice in that moment of like.
Before the results happened? Uh-huh. Okay.
Manifestation.
Sure.
It was actually crazy. It was a J-Lo music video. I was on a veil. I don't know if I fully booked it, but like I had gotten asked, like, can you do this job this date?
I had J-Lo's pianist on a few months ago.
Oh, sick. Yeah, amazing.
Sorry to interrupt.
But no, you're good. I love hearing it. But I looked at that job and I was like, I can take that job, but also all these people just paid for my class. They paid for my class, and is this going out? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you got it. My headphones were cutting out.
You're good.
But I was like, yeah. I was like, I can go do this music video and be one of maybe 20 dancers, maybe get one shot in the music video. Or I can go teach the class to the people who already paid that. I don't know if they're going to get a refund. I've already promoted it. I have an idea. I kind of like the choreo I just made, and that'll be great footage compared to maybe dancing for one other artist and maybe getting one side clip that I can maybe post a screenshot of. And I took that chance, and it ended up when I taught the class, posted the video. My mom actually called me at 11 a.m. the next morning, was like, have you seen your Instagram? And I was like, no. What? Like, and I was over it too. I was like, Mom, I'm sleeping. Like, I was sleeping in the day. Like, I was like, oh, whatever.
Dang, your mom's on top of the fashion and the Instagram.
She's on top of it all. Wow. She is the GOAT. You got to get her on here.
Let's go, Mama Glazer. Come on. Come on.
So she told me to check my Instagram. And this was back in the day where, I mean, I think it still happens on TikTok where you can get like a mass amount of followers in one. Like if something goes, the algorithms were different at the time. If your video goes viral, people following you right away. Like it was a thing. So it had gone from like, I had like maybe 200,000 followers around there, and it went up to 500.
From the teaching video.
Because, but this is why. Cara Delevingne posted it.
I do not know who that is.
Okay, yes, finally, you don't know somebody that I said.
You're like, I got
She's
him.
a famous model. She's also an actress. She's in Suicide Squad. She is...
Okay.
Yeah, Cara Delevingne. But she posted it, and she had 40 million followers at the time. And she tagged, like, @T Glazer, fire emoji. And Nelly posted it as well. So it was like two people in one day, bang, bang, posted it, and it was just there. And so now, then I was like, oh, I got momentum to do this.
What year was this?
This was, good question. This had to be like 2018, 2019, maybe. Yeah. Around there. Maybe, no, this might have been 2017, 2018 era.
Yeah.
Those are cool years.
So those were some pivotal moments of songs.
Those are definitely pivotal moments of songs, for sure. I also have pivotal moments of self-confidence with songs, which I love. Like, those videos are cool, and obviously they've done awesome things for my career, but, like, those aren't my favorite videos of me going to watch. I, like, low-key cringe when I watch them. I'm like, I suck at dance. And people are like, yo, I seen you in that Country Grammar dance. I was like,
what are the pivotal dances for you that mean a lot more than, I guess, the objective view that the world gave you?
That's good. You know what? A lot of the times what happens is that there are sessions that you have with people or friends or even just like sometimes in the car, man, and I hit the craziest freestyle
In the car?
In the car. Yeah, I like to sit and dance. I was talking to someone about this at not the club, but we were at some lounge the other night, and he's like, "Oh, you dancing?" I was like, "If you only knew the steps that I'm hitting in my head, they're crazy." Like, and so those moments, I honestly always hit so different for me because I'm like, nobody else sees this, and this is when I'm like truly like finally experiencing my own gift. Because sometimes when you're posting things and you're not just doing it for other people, but like I said, I was also working the algorithm. I'm figuring this out. I'm trying to, push my career, and I'm putting so much into other things. And we can also get into music on this too, that sometimes I got to be selfish, and in those moments where nobody else sees are actually so important. And yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but.
Which was a pivotal song for you, for yourself?
With You by Drake and Party Next Door.
What was the event?
I was going through some stuff. I think I was on a tour at the moment, and the way there's certain tones and there's certain beats and frequencies that are hit in that song that made me feel a certain way. Like I connect with music sometimes because of a certain pitch of something. Like it tingles my little aura, my being, and I'm like, oof. But the lyrics, that was one song that I remember got me through so much because the song is like, it's about us right now, girl, where you going? And I remember saying it to myself, and it's like, obviously it's a guy singing, it's about us right now, girl, where are you going? Like, where are we going? And I remember singing that to myself, like, no matter where I'm at, like, where are we going? It's about us. It's about me and you, no one else. Where are you going next?
I love that because at the end of the day, you're really just living with yourself, no matter who's like in your space or what relationship you have. It's just like you wake up and it's you and your consciousness like moving through this.
It's always going to be you and you at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's a good reminder at that point. I love that. So how did I guess Delaney the Dancer become Delaney the Brand?
When those videos popped off.
Because I was just telling you before, I had a coach who I train with at this gym down the street, and she's a dancer as well. And I was like, oh, I'm having this dancer, good friend of a friend, on the podcast. Do you know her? And she's like, oh yeah, she's one of the main reasons why I moved out to Los Angeles.
Cool.
Super sick.
I love that.
Or a big reason why.
Yeah.
She looked up to you, and she was like, yeah, she's known by like just her name. Like it's not that blonde girl in that dance video anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for telling me that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think when Delaney the Dancer became Delaney the Brand was when I would fill my off days with things that I would create rather than somebody else's creation. So it's when I started doing my choreography, when I started, posting freestylers, or when I started creating things. Everything else has put me in an awesome place. Like all these artists that I've danced for have really put me on. I will say that I got to give my flowers to people who really have seen me and promoted me and just promoted me or just even had me on stage next to them. Like there are awesome artists who have put me in a place. But when I really was like, no, actually, like I'm a whole artist myself. And it's crazy. Someone was just telling me this. I was like, you think I could really do this artist thing? Like, do you think I could really do it? And they were like, well, to be honest, like you've always kind of been like an artist. You've always been a little bit more than a dancer. And I was like, that hit different. I was like, wow. It made me realize this whole brand thing, but it's really what you do with your off days, and when you do with the empty space when you're waiting for something else. That definitely shifted my entire career because, I think sometimes it's hard waiting. It's definitely hard waiting in between jobs. I mean, even as a dancer, even with this brand, I haven't had a dance job in a couple months, and I don't know if I'm ever going to have one again or when that's going to come or if that's going to come. And it's weird. It's a weird feeling to like wait to use your talent for something, especially when that's what you're trying to make an income out of.
With anything in the entertainment industry.
With anything, yeah.
With being an actor or a musician or a singer, not just a dancer.
It's really what you do for yourself in the process or in the empty time. The empty time is the most important time.
Yeah, like don't wait for your shot. Make your shot.
Make your shot. Fill it. I just wrote lyrics. Actually, I think my producer wrote it, but we wrote it together. But I said, working hard, make my luck. And it really hit because I was like, I'm not just lucky. I'm a lucky person, but I'm not just lucky. I put so many hours and work and passion into what I do, and things come from that. But it's, that's.
You asked a friend you just said right now that if you think you could do this artist thing. You asked me a few minutes ago, like, is this podcast doing okay?
I did, yeah.
And you're very self-critical of like what you do on a very day-to-day basis. I admire it in a way because I'm assuming you've been around a lot of talented people.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
It's like my norm.
I've had the ability to be around a good amount of talented people. When I was younger, I was training golf. This guy, Bryson DeChambeau, he won the US Open twice and all these other things. And he would always cry or when he lost. And he would always be analyzing his swing or his game tape all the time. And a lot of people on the rest of the golf team were like, oh, he's just a crybaby, or he's too invested into this craft or this game. But now looking back at it, I look at his story and to see how far he's come. It's because he cared about all the tiny details.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing you so self-critical of yourself, I see the benefit to it, because to most people, they don't see anything wrong.
Yes,
and even
exactly.
though that you may feel bad about the things that you are not as proficient as you want to be at yet, the only way that you get better at those things is if you see them.
Yeah. I had the same conversation yesterday with my producer. He's also an artist and a tricker. His name's Ru Ryu, and he nailed it. He was like, oh, it's the artist curse. And I was like, we wrote it down. I was like, yo, you killed that, because I just had this happen to me 2 days ago with the dance video I uploaded, which again, everybody's loving it. Not everybody's loving it. I'm not trying to be cocky, but like people are giving me a lot of love for it. But when I watched it, I immediately went back to the choreographer's post and watched their clip. And I was in the back of the class a lot of the time, and there were so many people in the class. It was sweaty. You couldn't see everything. Like you get what you get out of it. You know, if you're in rehearsal, you can perfect something over time. But when you're in a class, you got an hour and a half to get the details, you know? And so I immediately started going back and I started comparing, and it was bad because there was like a pew stop, but I hit the lyric of it. And I remember like, oh, I was so mad. I was so mad immediately. And then there was like one other part of it where I was like, man, I did that too full out. And those were the two things that I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to post this video.
And like so repost it from what they already posted.
No, he had posted him doing it.
Oh, okay.
The choreographer posted his choreography doing it. I went back to look at the way I did it versus the way he did it.
Heard.
Before I even acknowledged how I did it. And that's an artist curse, because it's cool because I'm always wanting to outdo myself. But I think what I'm going to work on from now is trying my best to see the positives before the negatives and honor them both, but honor the positive first. And right when I uploaded it, one of my closest friends, his name's Michael, he had commented, he's like, I love how you hear. And he meant he loves my musicality, the way I accent things. And I was like, wow, you liked how I heard that choreography and that combo and the intention that I had. But I critiqued myself for how I heard it. So yeah, it's the artist curse, man. It's crazy.
What do you think the extreme benefit, in your opinion, is sweating all the details?
Just being extremely passionate about what you do and how to make it better. You know, it's again going into that like quality over quantity. I tried to save it. I said versus. The quality over quantity. You know, I heard
you talking about it with your social media page as well.
Yeah, I have so many dance videos in my phone and so many things. And
well, like your curation of your page is what I'm talking about. It's like you were talking about social media in general and how like obviously it's been nice making income off social media and when it's like done for you, and you're like, it's not just that, like I want it to be perfect in the way that I see myself and it being a true reflection of your life or your art form.
It's like a digital art gallery.
Yeah. I've never really seen it that way, because there's a lot of people who use it for different things.
Yeah, because you go to somebody's Instagram and it does not look like a digital art gallery. It looks like a motivational speaking page, or it looks like a skit page, or it goes there. And I think that's what's awesome, and that's why so many people are so unique, because, man, I couldn't have a whole fitness page, like model page, because it's not my life, you know? But so I think that's the beauty of, you know, being able to curate it to you.
Yeah.
And that's what makes everybody so different. I mean, I still compare myself. I was just telling someone today, like, that sometimes I feel funny when I show someone my Instagram. If I just meet someone, like we were just going out in Venice the other day, and we like followed, some people followed us on Instagram. We followed them back, and they're like, yo, why you got 1 million followers? And I really was like, I don't know. I don't know, but like I do know, because I curated it and I worked towards it, and I've done it, and I understand it's not, you know. But it was funny, because in the moment I was like, I don't know, bro, I don't know. But it shouldn't change how we just met, you know, at all. But yeah.
But we were just talking about it too. I feel like the status of it's good to, especially when you reach a certain amount of following, like I feel like it's good to separate it and not even engage in it. Like because a lot of people use it like, oh, like let's follow each other, you know?
You want to hear a funny story?
Go ahead.
So that happened to me and my friends the other night. We were at Barney's Beanery.
Which one? WeHo?
WeHo, yeah. And I say the other night, this was like probably like 4 months ago. But we met these boys, and we were just hanging out. We were just like being friends, and they were like, let's be friends, whatever. And the one guy asked for my girl's number, and she was like, I'm not giving you my number, but you can have my Instagram.
Okay.
And he was like, I don't need your Instagram. I wanted your number. Like, I wanted to get to know you. Like, why are you giving me your Instagram? And we were like, wait, what? Because like, why am I giving my personal number? Like, I'm trying to give you a public page. Like, take it or leave it, you know? So they didn't get any of our Instagrams. But it was funny, because I'm like, dang, like they don't even know how talented me and my friends are for real. Like I just was like, it was a moment where I was like, dang, you don't even know yet, but I like this. I actually like this.
I respect that.
But here's the funny part. Me and my friends do this TikTok. All of us, the same girls that were at Barney's, just this friend group.
Okay.
We do this TikTok, and I posted it, and it was on New Year's. I posted it like in the middle of the night. I was lit, like, and it was just fun. I even like forgot to add a caption. I just was like, oh no, I think I accidentally clicked it and left it, and I was like, it's great. I'll fix the caption tomorrow. And the Barney's group chat that we had, the guy sent it and was like, this y'all, LOL, and I was like, I knew you'd find it. Because it like, not all my videos do that well, like on TikTok and stuff. Some of them don't do well. They flop all the time. But that one, like, it's got like 3 million views. We're just grooving, like the simplest thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like a video that did well enough. It was just so funny, because it just happened to be all of us that were sitting at the same table with these people.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
What makes a good Instagram or TikTok video, or any piece of content that you put out? Like, what makes it quality? You said you prefer quality over quantity. What are the characteristics of a quality post?
So I think for a video, there is difference in quality of like, you can capture something with a better camera, with some nice lighting, a cool outfit on, and, you know, putting energy into like the product of it. But then there's also quality if somebody's just putting their phone up, and it's, thank goodness somebody just even put the phone up. You probably weren't even gonna put your phone up. You were gonna miss it anyway, and they hit the craziest freestyle, and the video's a little fuzzy, but man, the quality of what that person's doing is equal to the curated perfectly, because sometimes there's a lot of times actually where like the whole set is a thing and the lights are perfect and this is person, and you don't even like the way you danced it, you know? So I think there's quality in both. And
the video of you in a garage and you're just absolutely vibing is like the move, even though there's no lights production on you at all.
Yeah, it's way better energy. You're crushing the dance moves, and because
you could feel it. You could feel pieces of art through the phone.
Yeah, sometimes when everything is like, you know, there's so much lights, camera, action, you have to be super confident in who you are to be able to like adjust to that and act like it's different, or act like it's not different. You know, you're still in the garage doing the same thing, but with a lights, camera, action.
How was your adjustment for that?
I mean, I will say my mom put me in dance when I was like 3 years old, so I was always on a stage.
Love being on stage.
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down. I will say I get very insecure. I've had a lot of insecurities, like with filming, with stuff too close, like I had acne all throughout high school, and sometimes when like things are too close, I don't even want to look at it, I don't like myself. But with dance, it's always low-key kind of far away. I got a hat on, and all you really see is my ponytail and my outfit. So I love it. It's fun. I don't got to worry about nothing. Yeah. But I'm not, I don't know how people like do modeling or do acting and see them on camera so close up. Like, I admire that. That's so awesome that people are that confident, and yeah, it's cool.
One thing that's cool about what you just said, though, is like you could see you from, like, I noticed you in the Super Bowl commercial.
Wait.
The one with all the...
No, I didn't do that.
Which one?
I didn't do any Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, I lied then.
You definitely lied. But hey, I'm glad someone thinks I'm in a Super Bowl commercial.
I thought you were in a Super Bowl commercial.
No, dang. Dang. It probably is a blonde. We should probably, hopefully, no?
There was it might have not been the Super Bowl commercial. It was a video where your face was fully covered. Was there any video like that of like 2 years ago or something?
I mean...
If not, I messed up, guys.
I think you might have messed up. I think you might. I did the Super Bowl with Rihanna when our faces were covered. We had glasses, but like you low-key couldn't see me a lot of times on that television.
I think that's what I'm talking about, but maybe not.
But hey, whoever you think is crushing it, I'm gonna say it's me. Like,
well, you have a unique style too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like there's like a lot of people with like your aesthetic, or a lot of white girls who could just like get down like that.
Yeah. Hey, it's all about just diving in deeper of like what type of person.
Why did you choose hip hop out of everything, other types of dances?
Well, I trained my whole life and everything else as well. Like growing up, I did ballet.
It's kind of what you're known for right now, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I have such a soft love for, I did years and years and years in contemporary and jazz and musical theater, but a lot of contemporary. I used to compete. That's me and Christina. Like we had a contemporary duet. Like we did leaps and, hey, we did like 4 pirouettes, and I was like, how did I even do that? Like that's so hard. Like, and I have such a soft love for that. You look back at it and
you're like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I even told Christina, I was like, I want to take contemporary this week. Like, I want to go back to my roots because I love it so much. But to answer your question, I was never like, first off, I was never so insanely flexible like some of the girls were. And back when you would do contemporary and then around like, 2012 to 2014, like, or even before that, I mean, just ever in dance, in ballet, the flexibility of a leg is just, I admire it. And when you don't have the perfect leg extension,
it's
gonna make you mad.
Yeah.
And it would make me mad, and it would make me mad, and I would work on it, and I would do my splits all the time and whatever. And I did love, I loved contemporary. I loved the expression of it, but that whole knowing that I wasn't like so amazing at something, I was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to hate on myself right now, but I wasn't where I knew I could get when I started to do hip hop, because I was like, oh, there's like low-key no pressure of like doing the middle splits right now, and I actually like this music kind of better because like now like I like to have a good time. I like to, I don't want to say party, but like I like to have a good time, and I like to feel good, and I like loud sounds. I like bass. I like 808. Like, I like that. I also like baggier clothes. It's rare that you're going to see me pop out in a sundress, but I might during the summer. But I'm always going to low-key dress like it's winter.
Yeah.
And that's what I also loved about hip-hop is, like, I felt better in the clothes.
Yeah.
I liked the music a little bit more. Or at least I started to. I started to change in that. But, yeah. I still love watching contemporary. I think it's so magical.
Really?
It's so magical. It's poetic. It's poetry. And yeah, I do want to get back in class for sure. I used to have contemporary solos. I did that, man. I competed like.
Would you ever post a video of you dancing contemporary and shock your fans?
Like my old ones or new ones?
New ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
Oh, that's also like such an awesome part of it. It's like if I do go to a class, like that would be awesome to show people that I'm doing this again, because I even talked with one of Christina's and I mutual, Emily Crouch. We grew up doing contemporary together, and I had responded to her story. I was like, man, I really want to get in class. She's like, and her wording was so beautiful. I don't remember exactly, but she was like, it's always within you. You know it, you learned it, you felt it. I even just got chills talking about it. But it's always within me, you know? And she was like, just go.
It's there.
Go and with no pressure. Just try it. Just do it again. If you did it once, you can do it again.
It's good to have friends like that.
Yeah.
Who did she work with? You know who Chris David is at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked with Chris for a while. He was a client of mine.
Photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met him years ago.
Saw his stuff. He does a lot of like the creative directing for all her things, I believe.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, we used to like hang back in the day, like just doing random stuff. We had like a group of friends. We would like go to Crave at like 3 a.m.
Yo, if you guys don't know what Crave is.
If you don't know what Crave Studio City is, yo, I won the Halloween contest one year, the Halloween costume contest.
I didn't even know.
There was only like 10 people.
What's the Halloween contest?
It was like you like go in there on Halloween and showed your outfit, and then you took a picture, and then people voted, and I won. I got like a free meal.
That's what's up.
I was the Mad Hatter.
Crave hits all your munchie needs at like whatever time of day.
Dude, it was like 24 hours. And this is like back when I first moved to LA, like just going to house parties. Like this one, we would like hang with like Vine kids.
Yeah.
Who would have like house parties. Yeah, because I never went to college. So it was like kind of like my college fix. You know, I was like, we were having a good time.
Yeah, how was that? How was the experience of, obviously did you come here with Christina?
I came here with Christina. We were 18 and we moved together.
And you lived together.
Uh-huh.
How was, I guess, not going to college and taking... I probably is a similar dream, right? Both of you guys wanted to come to LA and be like, we're going to be dancers. We're going to do the thing. Was it scary at all? Was it super exciting?
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was so
excited. Was it everything
excited.
that you thought it would be? Was Los Angeles everything that you thought it would be at the time? Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
It was. It was a land of opportunities that, man, it's like Disneyland for a dancer. You know? You're like, there's so many cool classes. There's people that I used to take at conventions on the weekends live here and teach regularly on a Tuesday night. You know, and
so is that the reason why like a lot of dancers like navigate towards Los Angeles is because it's just abundant here of classes and everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know anyone in the cult documentary?
What's that?
There was the dancer cult documentary.
I feel like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it?
I would say though, like
Dancing
not
with the Devil,
on like a
Yeah.
I think I only watched like maybe half an episode. I'm not like friends with them, like but I've like known like B Dash. Was he in that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I've known him for years. Kind person, like, but I would say I'm not like homies with any of them.
Yeah. I was just curious because like I watched like the whole documentary. I was like, no way, this is crazy.
I need to watch the whole thing. I mean, yeah, that's.
If you guys don't know, there's this documentary on Netflix called Dancing with the Devil, and it's basically this one church brings all these dancers in and they start dancing in suits and tuxedos and all these fancy clothing, and they take over the internet and they tie like everything that they make towards the church, and they don't get to collect a lot of the money. And I was like, dang, that's so sad. And that there's a couple families that never talked to their daughter again. And
I did see that.
I was like, yo.
Yeah, it made me sad for sure.
Yeah.
I will say
the fact that it happened in LA, like
and
here.
You know, and it's like, you'll never truly know what went on, and people can make as many documentaries, and I'm like not defending in any way. I'm really so not even in the realm of it. I just like feel for those people because it's like you don't even know what truly is going on, you know? And then again, back with the people, everybody gonna perceive it now even more, which is not always a bad thing because it's like if it's not a good thing, you know, now people are starting to know, and hopefully if it's not a good thing for them, like they can get out of it safely and whatever that is. But that shit's crazy.
Fucking insane. How's dancing for big name artists? Like, what's that like? Because you were on
it's fun.
Justin Bieber's tour too, right?
It's super fun. It's fun. It's dreams coming true. And I think sometimes it feels fake sometimes. We always say like tour life feels like you kind of are like a glitch in the matrix because you're like, how is this real? And sometimes it hits you like I've been on stage where I'm like looking in the audience to all these people every night who are buying these tickets, like saving up their money to just like look at this person. And I'm over here like dabbing them up before the show. So it's an interesting, it's fun, it's cool, it's a blessing. It's wild.
Is that
living my wildest dreams out here? It's crazy.
Is that a reason why you want to get into full on music as well?
I want to be the artist. I want to sing the songs. I want to perform. I don't ever want to not be on a stage. I love the stage. And again, it's really it ties to like, what you do on your off days. Like, I don't know if I want to continue to wait to be on stage.
Have you done singing for a while?
I used to take voice when I was little. My mom would always put me in voice lessons and shoot. And then I was like, no, mommy, I want to be a dancer. Sure. And then now I'm like, actually, you were right. But I take voice, and I've just been in the studio with my friends, honestly, just figuring this out.
What is that process like? What are you doing in studio right now to figure out that process?
Meeting with super talented friends who make beats and who can engineer, and we low-key have started from scratch a lot of the times. I'm just now getting into a realm where someone would be like, you like this beat? And I'm like, yeah, let's run it. From before all of that, I would just sit next to someone with their laptop. Started with my friend JP. He's an artist too. His artist name is Till November. And we would sit next to him on Logic. He would just be on his laptop with his cats, and we would be chilling, and he'd start from scratch, go to Splice, find beats, get a drum rhythm, add it, watch him make the beat, be next to him. I love that part. I love being there. Like, what about a chime? What about this? And like, I'm always down for the, giving my inputs, because I'm not good at, I can't produce, but I can tell you what I would like you to produce with me, you know?
Like if you hear something that is not there yet and you tell him, can you do this? And then he does it, and it's like...
It's magic. It's magical. It's a magical experience. And then from there, you know, I haven't actually ever gone in with like a writer and a producer yet. That's something that's going to be a luxury, because right now, which I do like, is I'm learning how to write as well, where then you start and you put the mic up and you start singing melodies or just like saying random things, and you go back and you write lyrics to it, which I love, because I used to love poetry. Like my mom would give me all the Shel Silverstein books, and I would just read poetry. So I'm actually low-key kind of good at writing. I really enjoy it. I think.
Do you word vomit? Like, would you just write everything down that's in your head and then come up with like a song?
No, you know, it's funny. I bet word vomit would help a lot more. Sometimes it's like, where are the words?
Yeah.
You know, and then that's why you got to pull inspiration from things, or pull inspiration from then someone will be like, after you have the beat, someone will be like, what do you want to sing about? You know, and then you start talking about a topic or how you're feeling that day, and then you start writing lyrics, you know. It all stems from like emotion, and that's why I like the process of when they create the beat, and, you know, they'll just go through little sounds, and I'm like, that one.
So do you reverse engineer it from you hear the beat and then write the lyrics, or write the lyrics and then make the beat?
Beat first.
Beat first always.
But I will say I am always writing lyrics in my phone, even if it's a one-liner. Like if I say something out loud, me and my friends are just like, write that down.
That's a bar.
And we just go write that down.
Write it down.
Yeah. And then so there's my phone is filled with just like one-liners. And then so sometimes if I don't know what to talk about or write about, I'll go and I'll look in there and I'm like, oh, we should talk about this. Like,
so it's another like little inspiration board and stuff like that. If you have any advice to any dancers out there who are trying to, I guess, make it in this industry that's so competitive and stuff, especially like young girls, like what's your advice to them?
Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Keep going, keep training, keep taking classes. I always say one of my favorite things is like practice your freestyling by yourself in your room, a full song. Like from start to finish, you have to dance the whole time. You can't stop. So play the music and just freestyle and go through because when I feel like when you first start to freestyle, and the reason I even say freestyle is because freestyle is super important. You gotta be able to just move and look cool, even if there's no choreography. You want to do that, right? You want to be able to just like have some like natural sauce. So you got to find that naturally by yourself. And you got to find it. And so I always say, go home, try a couple songs in a row too, and just let it play through. Don't stop. You know, because I feel people be like, I don't know what to do next, and it's like, yeah, you got to find it. You just got to do it. You know, don't ever stop. But I also want to shout out my friend. She just wrote a book actually about a lot of advice on aspiring dancers. Her name is Bianca Bruton. It's called The Dancer's Playbook. And I'll link it, guys. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I trust her and everything that she is going to write in there. Incredible dancer, been in the industry longer than me, super talented, danced for more people than I ever have, and she just wrote a book. So, I think it pretty much lists like the studios, where you could live, how far they are, what classes you could take.
Wow, everything.
Yeah, she nailed it. I know.
The playbook.
I'm always going to drop that now when people ask like, "What's the advice?" I'm like, honestly, get this book first. But yeah, but my advice is just. Yeah, keep going. And
I feel if that's like great advice for like any thing that you're trying to pursue, because if you quit, it never happens.
If you quit, it never happens. And also, you could also do something and it could lead somewhere else. But the way appears when you start walking, you know?
Wait, say that again?
Like the way to go appears when you start walking on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
When you start moving, then you'll start to see the path. Like, it's kind of hard sometimes to like think that you're doing something right. But again, it's way harder to jump across something than to just walk across a bridge, you know, and take the steps to get there.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with music. This stuff's scary, man. Like, I'm just now posting, I think today was the longest, maybe like 8 seconds that I've posted of a song, and I freak out. But another producer was like, "You should just post it and run away from your phone."
Run away.
So every time I literally post it, I'm like,
what does creativity do for you? And what is making something out of nothing that the world didn't have without?
Makes life worth living.
Makes life worth living.
Yeah, it really does. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it does for me, because it's such a beautiful thing to experience. And like I said earlier, it's like creativity is like an unconditional love, because you can always create. People come and go, friends come and go, jobs come and go. Creativity is forever. It'll never go. There's always something new to make. There's always something that you can do that you haven't done before, you know? I love it. Life is worth living because of creativity and love. But then love comes, the unconditional love is what you're doing, and then the passion behind stuff. So, yeah.
Creativity is funny because there's a lot of people who are afraid to create things. Mm-hmm. And
because the internet, they're scared of other people's reactions. But like you said earlier, it's so important that you like it first.
Yeah. How do you have any advice to people out there who are wanting to start posting dance videos, or wanting to start a new career or a new talent or a job or like whatever?
Yeah.
And what was your thought process in pulling the trigger for like becoming an artist, a singer? Like, what made you like, what was the light switch?
The first time that I recorded a song and heard it back.
Okay. Was that recent?
No, that was in like 2021 maybe.
Okay. So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
And you were like, this is what I want to do now.
It wasn't that like that. It was more so like, oh, this is what I could do now. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't like this is what I fully wanted. It actually, my calling, I feel like, called me first.
Your calling called you first.
Uh-huh. And I picked up. Because I didn't come out here thinking.
What was that experience? Like, what do you mean by that?
I was just, you know, it's like been little glimpses of things that have pointed me in this direction. And that's what I was going to say too about like
that path
with like dancers. If you're like inspired to like do things, you could actually like start dancing and realize that you want to be a fashion designer, or you can start dancing and you realize that you actually want to be a motivational speaker, or like, you know, Christina she designs costume now, and she is a fitness model, and she's in commercials. Like there's so many lanes that opened up because she went on one, and now she's got something new every day. You know,
every week that girl's traveling like crazy.
She's in Hawaii right now. What? But wait, what was? The first time I remember I was like with my friends and they were all going out, and like again, I do like to have a good time, but I also like don't need to always go out. You know, I'm not a really like let's go out every time. Mm-hmm. I'm like what can we create also? Like I'd rather be creating. That's a great time. That's a great time.
Like,
you know,
in the studio or in a dance studio, like just creating with
any
friends,
type of studio,
like that's
creating,
a time.
Yeah, dancing. Even in a living room, man.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can create anywhere. Again, beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's magic that can happen at any time in life. But I was with my friends and they were all going out, and I looked at my friend and I was like, should we just go make a song? And he was like, you down? I was like, I'm down. And we had tried one other time and it was like not as good, but we went upstairs and we made the song. It's called Mocha. I would have to go rewrite it if I ever drop it, but everybody's still there like, that Mocha song is my favorite one. And when I heard that playback, we both looked at each other. We were like, dang, like, that's me? Like, I was like, that sounds cool. And yeah, and it's then all the other things started adding up. Like, whoa, I actually like,
the positive snowball effect kept going.
And then it was snowballing everywhere. I'm like, wait a second. Like, then I remember I was in rehearsal for a festival for an artist, and I was in the band room, and we were all dancing, and he was up reading the monitors of the lyrics, and then I started it was like a zoom out effect. And I was like, oh, what would my rehearsal space look like if I was the artist with dancers with me, with what band, with how would I bring candles? Would I bring sage? Would I have Palo Santo? Would the lights be dimmer? And I like felt my own rehearsal. And so I'm sure it's probably going to happen one day. And I probably was like, my future self felt something in the moment. So there's been definitely glimpses, and
that's a glimpse into your future.
It's like little text messages from my future being like, hey girl.
Did you like I had a Palo Santo here?
Yes, immediately. I love it.
Delaney was like, can I light this right now? I was like, I just did, but yeah, you can do it again.
No, I'm definitely a Palo Santo girly. Like, it just changes.
I really like the smell of it. Apparently, I was doing it wrong for a long time.
How do you mean?
Apparently, you're supposed to have like a door open or a window
to let
open.
out the energy?
Let out the negative energy, and so you can bring in the good.
Focus on the good.
Yeah, focus on the good.
Yeah.
What are you most excited for in your life right now?
My mom and my dog are coming into town. Yeah, they're coming to town, which will be fun. Because it's hard being away from your family. Family lives in a whole different state.
What's Missouri like? I've never been.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a lot of talent there. There's a lot of cool people there. But I think the main thing is it's really pretty.
Nature-wise.
Sunsets. The sunsets are incredible.
Sunsets are insane.
The sunsets. I miss the sunsets in St. Louis. I miss them so much. They're stunning.
I've been obsessed with sunrises lately.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
You go to like the overlooks and stuff?
Yeah, I'll wake up. I go for 2 runs, Wednesday and Friday usually, in the Verdugo Mountains. I'll start at like 5:30 a.m.
Wow.
And then I'll be on the top of a mountain seeing the sunrise. And you're just there by yourself with some birds. You see a couple people go by. Yeah. It's a good reset because like I feel like I've been consuming too much social media or life or news or the jobs and stuff that you take up your brain power, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like just being in nature by yourself and your thoughts and it's important.
It is. I just went to the park the other day, 2 days ago, with my friend. He called me. He's like, I'm babysitting this dog. You want to go to the park? I was like, yes, absolutely. I want to go to the park. And I got there and I was like, man, why don't I come to the park all the time, weekly? It was the Lake Balboa Park.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice park.
It's a great park. And we were walking on the grass and I'm like seeing these people just sit on the blankets. And I'm like, wow, I need to be outside more. I need to go sit on the earth. I need to sit on the grass. Like I need to reconnect because
grounding's a real thing.
Grounding's a real thing. And also, yeah, being in like the realm I'm in, I'm always inside doors and inside walls, always.
Unless you're already mastering the piece on stage.
Yeah. So it's nice to get outside. I like hiking. Hiking's my new thing.
Yeah? Where have you gone?
I like Ferndale hike.
Okay.
Yeah, I hike up to Griffith. I love Fryman is cool. Running's a little hard for me. I get so winded, but it's good for me. But I'm trying to do some in Malibu soon too. But yeah.
Hopefully, when I think they'll have to rebuild all the trails.
Yeah, I did one in Hawaii.
Okay.
That was cool.
Once running gets pretty good, I'll take it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, yeah.
Because I know like all the trails on
too.
this area. Yeah, me and Tina have gone on a lot.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, we've gone a couple in Santa Barbara. We went to a friend's wedding over there, and we like right before the wedding, we were like, "Yo, you want to do like a 6-mile hike real quick?" Tina's always down for like a hike.
That's
and stuff
crazy
like that.
though. 6 miles. Whoa. No, one time I went on a hike with her, and it was like a bunch of people from like F45 at the time, I think.
Yeah.
3 people and
that's
me
how me and Tina met. F45.
And her. Yeah. And we went on this hike. It was like it's actually a thing called like the Wildwood Trails, which is crazy because I'm from Wildwood, Missouri, but it's in Burbank. And when I tell you this hike was like inclined to like, whew, I did not like that day. It was just, everything was hard. And like, I'm an active person, but like fitness trainers and fitness people are a different level.
What's the conditioning for dance for you?
I mean, I need to get better at it. For sure.
Yeah. But like, do you have any routine or?
I like to take hot yoga.
Okay, hot yoga's what's up.
Mind, body, soul. I'm sweating. I like to take sculpt too.
That's great.
To strengthen and yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And the hikes. Like I need to get better. Back in the day, the conditioning I used to teach class too. Like full warm up, stretch, push ups, abs. The abs routine went crazy back in the day.
Before the dancing part.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would condition first. Like
what
was the best part.
What does dancing do? Dance teaching do for you? What does downloading some skills that you have into someone else's body do for you?
I think it's the whole point of it. I think teaching is, it's like you get to know your purpose and you get to learn your gift and you get to develop the craft. But the best part of it, like the purpose of it, is to give it away. And that's something that I've been learning as I get older.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to teach class. I get nervous sometimes. I don't know why I get anxiety before I go there, but right when I get there and I get on like count 8 or like the second count of 8, I'm immediately comfortable and I'm like, wow, people actually could learn something from me.
Yeah.
And that just came with a level of maturity of like,
but you're good at it. People want to learn from you.
Yeah. But again, when it goes back to the I'm so critical of myself. So I get freaked out. I'm like, they're going to like the song. You're like this. And I'm like, it's not perfect enough. But then again, the artist curse.
What makes you stand out as a teacher? Like, what makes you different than any other dance teachers? Like, not in a bad or negative way.
Not in a bad way. Yeah. I like to explain things very well. I like to make sure the class knows what to the extent of what I can get out. I like to talk. I like to tell everybody how I'm feeling in this move. If I have a blurt of inspiration about something that's not even involved in dance, I like to say it. Like, I really like to give everything that I have in that moment to someone else, where I feel like there could be teachers who want to go and they just like want to get the choreography out and then they want to film a bunch of stuff so they can get the video on Instagram or YouTube. And so there's like a difference between like people are like, no, actually you paid for this class and you paid for time with me. So I'm going to give you the best time that I can possibly give right now.
I'm going to make it worth your whatever you paid for it. Like, you spent your time and energy and attention on me.
Yeah. But it also feels good, you know?
It feels great.
Feels great.
I only know it from a teaching a class standpoint or a personal training standpoint.
Yeah.
And like seeing someone.
Helping others. You're helping.
Yeah. But also like you see them not be able to do the move. Yeah. For me, it's like a weight move. For you, it's like I do a lot of kettlebell juggling, like kettlebell flips and stuff. Yeah. And then after you say a few words and point your hand in a couple places or show them, and then they do it exactly right.
The communication and the understanding.
You're like, yo,
it's awesome.
Let's go. And then they get so amped because they didn't think they could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the blessing of it. Because then you're like, hey, I got you, you know?
Yeah. What's your biggest inspirations in terms of people in art, of any art form?
Oh my goodness.
Because you have all these inspirations on like your social media pages.
Yeah.
And those are your mood boards and stuff. But there has to be like a couple pivotal human beings that have created great things that you have looked up to for a long time.
I do want to say like the Beatles back in the day when my mom would show me, and then the movie, the Across the Universe, super trippy, awesome movie. It's all about, you know, it's a story of like why they're creating what they're creating at the time. But the music in general was just so, like, it was real life, you know? And I feel like music now, it's still real life, but some things are like, we're saying crazy stuff that like, I don't even know if that's true. You're talking about all this stuff. You don't have this car, you know? Yeah. But their music was just like, just good vibes.
I would not expect you as a Beatles girly. That's what's up.
Yeah, but like, that's just like, because there's so many there's so many like other people that inspire me, but like when I remember seeing that movie really changed me, and that movie changed my life, because I'm like, what is cool that this entire movie that is also so, have you seen it?
No.
You should watch it. Across the Universe.
Across the Universe. I'll watch
Incredible. There's a lot of dance, there's a lot of choreography. And it just like was a moment of like, whoa, like my mom used to show me these songs when I was younger, and then now seeing this incredible creation because of the music that was made, you know? And that's like back in the day where like fandom was crazy too. Screaming fans and people that, it's just a sharing the energy of what art is for, you know, and communicating and connecting with people. But I'm trying to think of other inspirations, but.
That is crazy. Like a lot of people don't pay attention to the intention of the art. So the music behind the scene of the movie or the dancers behind the artist, right? A lot of people are like, oh, they're just dancers behind there, but you don't realize it makes the whole production. Yeah. Like imagine seeing that singer on stage and they're going after it and they're doing all of it by themselves and there's no dancers there.
Yeah. It's so different. That also leads me to like 2025 of what else has inspired me. Like I really like artists like Don Toliver. He's actually super sick. You
got me again. I don't know who this is.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
He's got some great songs, but
I'll check it out.
I like his music, and he inspires me to also make music, because it goes back to that like With You song that I was talking about, the certain pitches, like the music that he's also singing to, and the way he's singing, the melodies that he's singing. Like I like his flow of creation. He's inspiring. So I saw the Missy Elliott show. My friend danced. I actually turned 28 in the audience. It was crazy.
Oh, like
birthday.
live?
It was on my birthday. Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, wow, this is crazy. It was like, let's go. Like, and right when I turned 28, I was like, this is crazy. But that show was so inspiring. The dancing on that show was crazy. It was like, that was a moment that was like, oh, this or nothing. Like, these are some of the best dancers, the best show I've ever seen. Like, one of the best shows. Because obviously I've been in a lot of cool shows, but like watching a show, I was like, oh, I'm stunned right now. That's crazy. They going crazy. If after this, you should also look up some Missy Elliott tour footage of like the dancers. They go crazy.
I feel like the old pop stars, like older. I mean, like you could think about like Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, or the thing that come to the top of my head. It's like these productions were so different, and these dancers and artists like actually danced and like sang it. They're all and they're moving their bodies like crazy. They're dripping. Yeah, you know, just seeing that type of pop star versus like the pop stars today.
There are some crazy cool pop stars today, though. I will say. Okay. I feel like it's bringing its way back. But yeah, I think too with like, I'm such a tomboy too, so I do get I get inspired by a lot of different things though, because the reason I even said tomboy is because sometimes I'm like, I'm not a very poppy girl, but then like, man, Christina Aguilera in the Burlesque movie, ooh, she killed that role, man. I just started doing my eyeliner like her after that. I loved her hair in that. Like, there's inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, she danced crazy in that too.
Yeah, it was stunning. The way she sings, incredible. Like, and that's why I like being such a like chameleon hybrid of just so many different things. And
I feel like it's kind of a beauty to not let people put you in a box.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, oh, she's not just the hip hop person. Like when I see your stuff like modeling too. Like, how is that girl getting it down on the hip hop floor right after? Yeah,
and you know it's funny too, like the modeling. It's funny that you say modeling because it is modeling. I am taking photos, but like that's not a modeling job. Like my friend, the girl who shot that, her name's Marina. She was just like, I have this creative concept. Do you want to do this? Do you want to model this? And I was like, absolutely. And we just collaborated on it, and ends up being like, looks like a whole campaign, but we just rented a pier space. Yeah, and I got a cool outfit, and you know, but it is good because I get to show like a feminine side to me sometimes. And I mean, I posted with Playboy before. Like I've posted also some definitely womanly things. I have, but I'll always choose to dress like a teenage boy, man. They're the best swag. Like,
I guess those side quests are those things that you do on one-offs or for
pretty boy swag. I understand. I was like, did I say that weird? I didn't mean to say it weird, but then now I'm like, yeah. What were you saying? The side quest, what?
Yeah, the side quest. Like, what does that photo shoot do for you when like it's?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I go back and I'm like, I love those photos because I think. Again, going back to what you do on your off days and what you do for yourself, because there have been times where I've done other jobs where I got paid to go model for something, and they have a whole team set up. They're videographers, they're this, and I hated the content, hated the footage.
Like what you did with your friend in that photo shoot was like way more enjoyable, way better product.
Yeah, love it. Posting all of it. I've done stuff where I'm like, this will never hit the internet.
I think you got to make some. You have to make some merch that says do something on your off days, bro.
Maybe. That's a good idea. To be honest, I'm going to take that. I used to have merch. It was focused on the good. But I need to make some good. That's good. Yeah.
No, I like that. Because true, a lot of people, they say they don't have time to be creative or time to do this. They're stuck in their job. And I get it. Yeah. I get it. Like, life's hard. You have to make a living out here, especially in Los Angeles. Like, there's a ton of people who came from all over the world to come to this, like, big city with millions of people and try to make it in this industry. And like I was in this hospitality industry for like 7 years. Like bars, you've come to my bar a couple of times. And it's hard like doing that stuff. What bar did I come to? You went to Lavo and then you went to bar next door.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I made you an East Side.
You did. I remember actually. I remember saying we were in the bar in the center.
Yeah, with Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas. And Tina. Yeah.
Sick. Wait, that's so crazy. Cool.
You forgot.
No, it's not that I forgot. Now I remember. But I just didn't put two and two together.
Why did I bring that up? Oh, yeah.
Hospitality, working. It's hard to do stuff when you're...
Yeah, but you have time. Like, if you...
gotta make the time.
Yeah, there's a few hours at the end of the day, and how many TikToks or photo shoots take 30 minutes? 20 minutes.
I know, it's crazy.
You know?
I saw this video where the guy was... making this inspirational speech, and he was like trying to explain something. He was like, what would I say? What would you guys do in the audience if I had said this $50 bill and he held it up? Was anybody could have it.
Okay.
And people just stared, and one girl got up and went and took it. He was like, see what she just did? She took action. So you guys can think all this stuff, but it doesn't work until you take action.
Yeah.
Until you do it. And now she got $50 and none of y'all do. And I was like, oh, I said to my friend, I was like, I hope this makes you feel something, because, yeah.
I mean, you just explaining that kind of made me feel something.
You know, it's like it's only possible when you start. It's not possible when you don't start.
I had that feeling yesterday. So I told you I got this filming gym membership. And it was my first time like vlogging that entire workout, like every single set.
Dang. Was it hard? I bet the bloopers are going crazy. Do you have any bloopers?
Yeah, they're funny because do you know what a Bulgarian split squat is?
No. No.
It's so funny because when we're on fitness people so much, it'd be like me saying a dance move and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's basically you do a squat with one leg.
Okay.
And your back leg is on like a bench or something. It's elevated. Oof. And so you're just doing like a squat on that one leg.
I probably need to do that. I probably need that
great for the glutes
knee,
and for the knees.
Yeah. Strength.
Yeah, strength. And I have a mic on and I'm just like, fuck, these suck. Like, and I'm like, oh, my ass hurts so bad. And I'm just like, this is kind of funny. But setting up a camera and talking to it is a skill. You basically talked about, you're like, oh yeah, it's easy for me.
Because you're going through it.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to act like there's nothing. Okay, 3 more. And then you're like, hey, yo. Like, yeah. I feel that.
Because I talked to Delaney. She said she was warming up.
You mean Christina?
No, you.
You were talking to Delaney. Oh.
To you.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking to you right before the podcast. And you said you were warming up to speak.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? And then I admire people who just are so comfortable in front of like the camera because it's a skill.
It's a skill.
And I talked to Tina about it too. It's like, how do you look so confident when you pose and all this stuff?
I think it's a superpower, to be honest, because I have been through some of the worst times of my life and done some of the coolest shows ever. Like I've been mentally in a bad place where like crying the day before, going through it with whatever I was going through at the time. But like I'm a feeler too. So when I am hurting, I'm hurting and I'm healing. And everybody's life gets hard, you know? And so there have been times where I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And nobody would ever know. And then people are like, yo, I saw you in that, blah, blah, blah. You look so incredible. And I was like, I was literally going through hell, actually. But thank you. And they're like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, you have no idea how hard that was for me. But yeah, it's a superpower. I've seen.
How do you develop that? I want some of that.
You got to want it.
People want some of that.
You got to want to do it. You got to want it so bad that nothing else matters when the second you step on the stage. That you just, I'm like, yeah.
I mean, that's some Michael Jordan shit in the sense of like, or Kobe, sorry, my bad. When he was playing a lot of basketball and there's this one game specifically that he tore something. He was like in mad pain and like physical pain.
Yeah.
But any type of pain, like it's, a lot of people will let that pain hold them back from doing the thing of whatever that is. And what you said right there is so important for a lot of people to hear because regardless of your pain, you could still do the thing. Regardless of the feeling of, I'm hurt, mentally, emotionally, whatever, you could still do the thing.
You could still do it. I think, it is important to say, to know that if you're injured, there are things that you probably shouldn't do. And you should definitely assess the situation first. But I mean, hey, I was in a tech rehearsal before 6 shows with Justin Bieber before the first show in Italy. And I twisted my ankle and I fell. And I stood up and I was like, ooh, ow. And I sat down and then we had to go to a fitting. We had the show I think it was either the next day or that night. But I remember, no, the show was definitely that night. And I remember we were at the fitting and then they were like, we need to go over this staging. Can all the dancers come over here? And I stood up and my foot felt like it was shattered. Like it felt like there was glass. My everything was in a glass. Like again, visually, I stepped on nails, and I looked at my choreographer and I was like, can I sit while you guys do this? He was like, yeah, you can sit. I took 3 Advil, taped my foot. I remember Mona, my friend at the time, who was my opposite in the show. So wherever I was, she was like, what do you need? I got you. She went to the store. She came back with like some cream to put on, like CBD stuff. I wrapped it. I put a brace, I put a sock, and I put an Air Force. And I got up there, and as my trained self did the whole show, then did 6 shows after that. But I also, you know, I'm a smart dancer, so I know I'm not gonna go stomp, stomp. I'm gonna tap, tap. But my body on the upper half is gonna look like it's full out, but I'm not putting any weight. And if I'm standing here, I'm not putting any weight actually, you know, and then that's when it comes to knowing if like how to do it. And that's professionalism, you know. It's just like, should I be doing this? Can I do this? If I do this, how do I do it? But I ended up doing 6 shows after that. Then I came back to LA, ended up, I think the tour wasn't happening anymore. So I was like, I need to go back into like dancer mode. I need to go take class. I need to do all this. And I was just like injuring my foot, injuring it even more. And then it took a second for me to be like, hold on. We need to chill for a second. I need to take 2 weeks off. I need to not dance. I need to heal my body, you know? That was a crazy time.
How was dancing for Justin? Is he a cool guy?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah? No, he's
like,
talented.
In terms of
incredible vocals.
In terms of, I used to play a lot of his songs in high school. I would try to imitate. I sang Under the Mistletoe for this girl, asking her to formal.
Yeah. Go crazy. You sing?
A little bit.
Hey.
Yeah, it's just for fun. It's for me. You know, those things that you said, that's for you to release that energy. Yeah. There's certain things that like I'll do for me, like the runs in the morning for me. Like there's no really purpose for a lot of the things that I do. Like a lot of people think, why the fuck do you want to learn how to juggle? I was like, I don't know. Like I learned juggling. Cool. It took me a while.
I used to do with the scarves at the City Museum.
Yeah?
I just did 1, 2, and
Yeah, I think that's what, like...
You can juggle, like,
sick. I learned that during COVID, Rubik's Cube during COVID, sick. Read like 50 books during COVID. Yeah, I think learning things is just fun.
I painted on a lot of clothes during COVID.
Yeah?
Got fabric paint. I was painting on everything.
Yeah. I like, learning new things is, I think, the most important thing to do, because like if you're not growing in some aspect of that's like learning emotionally or learning a skill or learning whatever, like you're kind of dying.
Yeah.
You know, you have to keep progressing forward. Do you feel that way? Hello friends, I hope you are enjoying the show. I just wanted to chime in and talk to you about Bucked Up. If you need more protein in your diet, creatine to aid your muscle growth as well as recovery, or pre-workout for your demanding sets during your workouts, Bucked Up has you covered. I use their Snickerdoodle protein and creatine monohydrate every single day. And on days I don't feel like working out, their BAMF nootropic pre-workout keeps me swinging kettlebells, running mountains, moving weight inside and outside the gym. If you'd like to try them out and save some money, use code NateBiltz1 for 20% off any order. And back to the show.
I heard a really awesome... Oh, did I tell you this? The butterfly story?
No.
Oh. It's a cool story. Someone said that they had found a butterfly struggling to get out of a cocoon, and they opened it, and the butterfly died.
No. Is this a real story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think.
It's a story, so it's real.
The story makes sense.
Okay.
I promise you. So they interrupted the cocoon process, and the butterfly didn't make it, unfortunately. But because they interrupted it, because it had human interaction, it messed up the struggle. And the part of the butterfly trying to get out of the cocoon, and that part, the struggle to get out, it was a necessity in order to strengthen the wings of the butterfly to fly. They have to go through this to be able to fly. So just as like life, man, you got to go through it to be able to do something else. You have to. You got to go through the cocoon. You can't have everybody else do it for you. But did you see it visually?
Yeah, no, I saw it.
I love that story. Someone told me that, and I was like, oh, I've probably told this story like 7 times already now.
I feel like the way you explain words is so vivid. I feel like since you do it a lot in terms of dance to really articulate the move to describe like what you're actually doing in it, it makes it easy to see. Like you could hear the podcast without seeing the moves that you're doing and still see it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think it's because I grew up in like a very artistic type of household.
Yeah.
We always had cool decorations. We had a purple door. When I grew up, like our front door was literally violet purple.
Wow.
And, you know, there's always things on the walls. I didn't grow up in like a modern, not clean, but like sleek look. It was always an eclectic look. Like that's what I've been around since I was a little girl. So
that has some characteristics.
Yeah, everything is character driven, and it's also about like just romanticizing everything, romanticizing any move, anything, any life. Like, yeah.
So your parents, they always promoted the art forms. They were like, shoot for it. Like it wasn't just the safe route, like take the safe route, or it's like follow your dreams.
No, yeah. They were nothing but supportive. My dad did try to, say like I should go to college, and he would always sign me up for like the SATs on the weekends, and I would be like, I'm not going
to take that SAT.
Yeah,
like you've been trying.
I took it.
You're like, no.
Well, you like back when I was in high school, you had to take it as a junior. That was the only requirement.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna take this test one time because I'm not good at it. I'm good at good at test taking, school. Like I was good at school. I'm not saying I'm not good at school, but it wasn't something I was like so passionate about. People go to school to learn about what they're passionate about. So I was not passionate about reading passages and figuring something out, or mathematics. Like it freaked me out. And I did have such a passion and a drive to go do something. So yeah, my dad did he paid for those so many times, and I'd wake up and I was like, Mom, please tell him I'm not going.
Where did this self-awareness come? It sounds like you knew who you were from an early age. Like you knew like what you wanted, you knew who you were, what you wanted to represent.
Yeah, I think I just knew that I was different and I liked it. And I was down to be different. I wasn't down to follow the crowd. I wasn't down to go. Nothing against it, but I wasn't down to go be in a sorority and wear what the other girls were wearing. I wanted to wear the complete opposite because I wanted to stand out. I didn't want to be in, and I think that's why I want to be an artist and why I want to be a star, because I want to shine brightly and I'm not trying to outshine, like I don't want to outshine anyone else. I just like want to shine so bright on my own, and then other people on the stage with me, like we can all shine together. But I felt as though like going to college or like, I don't even know, were we talking about college?
Yeah.
Like going to do that, I didn't feel like I would shine as bright.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have felt it. I didn't want to do that, I didn't. So I wouldn't go put myself in a place where I can't shine.
To be the exception, to be exceptional, you need to be the exception, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Absolutely.
Because if you follow that path, you're going to get that result.
Yeah. You just got to believe you can do it.
Yeah.
You got to believe
that
in yourself.
That inner belief. What do you pull from? There's a lot of people who don't believe themselves to make the risk, take the chance.
Because there's nothing else. What else is there to do? For me, what else is there to do? Like, that's just like with settling. You don't want to settle. Yeah. Like you're either going to settle or you're going to be a person and not settle. I'm not a settler. I'm a go-getter. I'm going to do what I want to do.
And this mentality was just you were born with, you think? Definitely.
And it's also like your environment is very important. So there have been times, I'm not just like my whole life has been great and my life's been great, but like everything has its season. I've been through some freaking heartbreaks that made me like not even know what to eat that day and like not even care about anything. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. And I allowed myself to have that season. I allowed that emotion to consume me. But at the same time, I didn't allow it to stop me from still doing what I want to do. I allowed it to feel, but I didn't allow it to take over me.
Heartbreaks are a weird one, right? Like the fact that your body shuts down like that. You love them.
Now I do.
Okay.
Because sometimes that sounded so crazy, but I've had some of my best years of my life after my heart was broken. And it felt so crazy, but it needed to happen. It was necessary. And so even though it sucks, it was also like the coolest feeling to be able to feel so deeply.
Yeah.
To be able to feel so much about something, even if it wasn't a good feeling.
Yeah.
But like, wow, I'm cool that I can be so aware with the way feelings are, the way love is, and like because there's people who, man, they don't care about nothing. Oh, me and we broke up, we're not talking. Like, people can just be so surface level. I think that's where I'm kind of getting at. I enjoy that I'm not a surface level person. And
to feel so deeply in one direction of the love part. If you could feel so deeply in love, you could also feel how extreme it is to be hurt.
Oh, for sure.
You know, as well as like
it's what you do with that hurt.
Yeah. And like to feel on a bigger spectrum, you have to feel one way way further to experience the other way further.
And then that's balance.
Yeah.
Because
what you were just talking about with the surface level, that feeling could be right here. It's just back and forth, like, oh, we broke up, it's cool. You know, versus you write this dope ass love story song thing that goes,
I can't wait. Like, do you know how many years that I have like not expressed how I felt about people because I don't got a podcast. I don't just go, you know, I don't wild out on TikTok and tell these things or whatever. Yeah. And again, like some of this stuff too, we didn't even have these platforms at the time where I got my heart crushed. Like I'm telling you, like crushed, like, whew. And I'm so excited to like tap back into those emotions and like really say some things because I'm also excited for the people who would think it's about them. Damn. That's gonna be funny because I'm gonna be like, it's actually not about any of y'all. It's about.
You already got this planned out, bro.
I'm so excited, and that's what I'm also so excited for with music is that I've always expressed myself through my body and my movement, and I've gotten to tap into emotions like I was telling you with like a certain song lyrics and whatever in other people's classes or my classes, but I've never gotten to be like, this is how I feel with my voice, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna sing it on a fly beat. Like, ooh, I can't wait for that.
I feel like there's something so beautiful about explaining your version of that guarantee, meaning everyone's gonna experience like loss in life, right? If that's like a family member. Or a romantic partner or whatever. Everyone's going to experience heartbreak. Everyone's going to experience like someone dying or succeeding or some sort of success. Like we've all achieved something that we said we've wanted to achieve before. If that means like winning your first whatever in first grade or whatever, like you've done something and you've succeeded in something. So like tapping into those different like milestones as an artist, like I couldn't even imagine how like rewarding that would feel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Or writing about it too, because like you get to dive deep into it, like you said, like songs hold memories, and for the artists especially. Yeah. And the cool part about it is like the consumer can interpret it in a totally different way. In their own way.
I was just telling this because I showed my friend this little song I had started. I was like, this part's about this person. Okay, now this part's about this person. She was like, what? I was like, but not really. Just the feeling, and like everybody, when they hear it, they're gonna have their person that they think about when they hear these lyrics. But it's all about writing your own fairy tale also and expressing your own fairy tale.
Yeah. What's with the fairies?
I love them.
Yeah. Like, were you a Peter Pan fan growing up? You like, what's her name? Wendy?
Yeah.
Not Wendy.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Wow, that is so bad. Tinkerbell. I love that for you.
Yeah. Tink is coming.
She's coming?
Yeah. Tinkerbell.
You've been since you were a child?
Liking fairies?
No, the dog.
Oh, no. No. She's new. She's 4 years. But fairies, nobody's ever asked me about this. This is awesome. Yeah, just like magical. I think that's the main thing. Is it's just magical and anything.
You talk about life very poetically, but like in a fantasy land type of deal. Like it's your reality. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because you can create whatever you want. Like you can like on a mindset, you know. And I choose to, or what I like, you know, just is like always pretty ethereal and like cool to look at. Like I love crystals, and my mom once was like, why do you like crystals so much? Like chill.
So there's a lot of people like that who will kind of just like, that's not real, or that doesn't exist.
100%.
And go ahead, what were you gonna say?
Just with like even the crystals and like the Palo Santo, it's like there are things like the crystals they come from the earth, and if it's that stunning, how are you gonna tell me it doesn't have magical powers? It's literally sparkling. You can put it next to a rock and you can tell me one's not magical, then that's on you for not thinking
Not just that, there is chemicals. I mean, not chemicals, the chemistry of it, like the magnetic forces, depending on like what type of crystal it is or like whatever.
100%.
You know? Yeah. And even if you can't explain it scientifically, you could feel it.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. And you can see it.
And you can see it, yeah.
I've been talking about the concept of grounding a lot in the sense of you discharge into the earth, like literally you become happier when you discharge the negative energy, like scientifically into the ground. And a lot of people will just say like, understand the woo-woo parts of it, you know, or for you're talking about these crystals and like, maybe you can't give me the exact like reason of scientifically of why they bring you good energy, but they do. Like, how are you going to tell me that it's not if I'm experiencing it as my own human, and I feel these things giving me something.
Yeah, and I think that...
And even if it's not, it's still giving me that feeling.
100%. And that's where it comes with your environment. And your vibe is your tribe because...
Ooh, your vibe is your tribe.
Your vibe is your tribe.
It's another merch right there.
You know how fun it is to talk about crystals to people who like crystals, you know? And like, but also, I'm not going to just start... It's actually cool. There's this guy, like, kind of just... Like, I hung out with him a couple times, and... I realized that I was able to be my quirkiest self with this person. And it was cool because I was like, oh, like, this is nice that I am able to, like, talk to someone about the things that I really am thinking, you know? And so...
Because some people judge. And not in, like, a negative way. It's just, like, they don't believe it.
Yeah. And so that's just kind of like, that's the importance of who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that everybody needs to believe what I believe, because also... people talk about things that I have known nothing about, you know, and I might not necessarily like be super interested, but I still respect the fact that people like other things or like, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things in the world to learn about.
Yeah.
What makes the characteristic of a good friend around you? Like, who's part of your tribe? Like those people who are in your tribe, who are in your camp, like, what are the characteristics that they have that make them qualified to be there?
We're all funny.
All funny.
All of my friends are funny. And when I say that, I mean we are able to make each other laugh and feel good when we're around each other no matter what. So the people that I have around are the people that I can trust and that I know at any time are gonna make me feel good in the day. And that's the main first one. But the other main one is the friends that keep it real with me. I have people that tell me things sometimes where like it hurts me to hear or like, but it's like I need to hear it, you know, whether that's like a little thing of like a critique or in a song being like, that don't really sound good. Or just the other day, my friend was like, what you think of this dance video? And I was like, it's cool. You're great. Like, and she was like, no, actually tell me honestly. I was like, I don't even want to tell you honestly, but I'll give you what I think about it. And she was like, like, blah, blah. And it kind of got in her head, but I was like, but you would tell me the same thing. She's like, actually, you're so right. And I would want you to tell me the actual like real deal. So I think that the main things are like, good energy and honest and fly. All my friends are pretty fly.
Just in general, like style. All
style,
types.
but like, I would say more so style over fashion because fashion is different.
What's the difference? I'm curious. This is dope.
I think fashion is like what you choose to like. In my perspective right now, as sitting here, the definition, I'm not gonna say the definition, but like fashion is like, the things that you choose to wear, like what kind of clothes what shops you go in, all that. But like style is just like the way it works with your aura and the way it works on you. And all my friends are like pretty cool. Like they're always pulling up, like looking good. And
like it fits them.
It fits them, but it's like style. I think style and aura really go together. Fashion can be learned. Style is like within you and you got to tap into it.
Like it's them. Like, you know, it's them.
Yeah.
Like people could wear something that's not
them.
They
rock it. Yeah. They rock it. I have so many people be like, how do you wear this? Like, how do you wear that type of stuff? I'm like, I just wear it and I like it and I wear it and I rock it. You just got to rock it. You know?
Do you know Taylor Dean?
Yeah.
So she was on the podcast and she showed up with like this rock star outfit, all blacked out, like
so cool,
like a cowboy, like tassels on the side, but it's all blacked out. And she had chopsticks in her hair with a crazy red lipstick, and I was like, that fits. Like that's fucking dope. Like, and she rocked it.
And she's style and fashion, you know, because she took the extra mile to like think about like the fashion of it, and like, you know, it's an eclectic piece, and I'm gonna add this and that, but her style is what made her want to do that. Yeah. So I think that's like the difference, I guess.
Why do you like you like Japanese style a lot? And,
I do.
And Asian cultures, like what is admirable, or what is what do you like about it?
They just go for it. They don't hold back. And everywhere. Like it's just always.
For clothing brands, for what do you mean?
I was thinking everything. Like I was just like, I really like it. Also because it's the opposite side of the world than I like grew up on, and it's
when I went there recently too, right?
Yeah. I've only been there one time, but I think a fun way to explain it is that like sometimes I've always like you know, dress cool, or like I'll like wear pigtails and put bows in my hair and like do this. But sometimes before I leave the house, I'm like, I do have that moment still sometimes of being like, like people gonna look at me weird. Do I look weird? Is this too much? Like I have that. I don't think people who live in Japan like as much have that, because when I went there, I was like walking in Harajuku and like the girls were just dressed like all the way in these like amazing outfits. When I went over there, I was like, wow, they just wear it. They wear the accessories. They wear what they want to wear. They're down. Like they are down no matter what. And I think
they're committed.
They're committed. And I think that's what I love about that culture, and like that it inspires me to want to do it for myself.
To do that. Because
there are times where I'm like, oh man, I want to wear this, or like I want to put ribbons in my hair and I want to put rhinestones on my face, but like, should I? Yeah, I should. So I think that's one of my main inspirations. And also like the food is great. Like I always like tell people like if we're ordering food, like I would love like Japanese food or Thai food you know, and it's just, I love it.
Yeah. I went in 2022. Yeah. And it's admirable about like their travel system, or also how clean it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful and incredible.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, they figured it out. Like when you come back here, I didn't see one homeless person there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
it blew my mind when I went over there. I can't wait to go. I would like to live there for 2 months. It's a goal of mine.
Oh, okay.
To go over there and record music for 2 months and just like live and not be there for, you know, knowing I'm only here for 8 days, I'm going to leave. Like I want to be there. I want to live there. I want to experience it, because again, like it is that, you know, you picture I picture everything, picturing the globe, a sphere. Like that is not where we are. It's far away. And I think it's so cool.
And it's crazy, if you've never done it, if you never traveled there, you would not know like what it's like truly.
Yeah.
And the fact that it feels like a time travel.
I was going to say, it's like time traveling.
Yeah, you're like, what is this place?
I love traveling. That's one of the biggest blessings, like dancing for big artists, that I've been able to go to Europe. I've been able to go everywhere. And like even traveling Europe was so cool, because I think the coolest part about it was meeting people that were like my age over there. And I was like, wow, you've had a crazy different life like out here. You know, different
journey.
Everything, different grocery stores, different gas stations, different school systems, different, like everything is so different. I think that's what's so cool. Like, I don't know. And that's what is so awesome about dance, is that you get to meet a lot of people too. Like, cause dancers will come over here and train, and you're in class, and like, I'm like, yeah, like dancers from Europe go crazy. They're so talented. And it's because they have an entire other realm of training too. But that's the beauty of like dance. What's
the different characteristics that you saw from different cultures in terms of dance?
Oh, that's a big question. I mean, yeah, just what you've been around, what you've seen, who's around you, what you're learning from, and the level of consciousness that you have when you're around. Like everybody is talented in different ways.
I've heard like you could not speak the language, but still understand what the dance is.
Yeah, I taught in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
You taught there?
I taught there. It was my first time ever teaching like overseas. And I remember being like, I don't speak your language, you don't speak my language, but we both speak dance. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I found myself trying to explain something, and I was like yapping, you know, and then I was like, dang, like, how am I going to explain this? So then you explain it more so like visually than with your voice. Whereas like, you know, when I'm teaching in LA, I'm saying all this stuff. I'm talking about, you know, drama, or like trying to relate it to like a feeling. And I'm saying all these like little sentences, but everybody's understanding. But yeah, but that's the beauty of it, is that, wow, we can connect on a different language.
Did it go well?
Yeah. It's fun.
Like they got the whole choreography.
Of course. And then, because dance is a different language.
Wow.
Yeah.
I only can relate a little bit in terms of like bartending in Japan is crazy too.
You did it?
No. Like I follow a lot of bartenders in Japan.
Wow.
And they're known for like their flair, their exact pores. So they could do all these crazy tricks. Like it's kind of like a dance. That's why it's juggling. Like I wanted to get good at juggling for flair bartending.
Oh, wow.
To like balance bottles on, do flips around. Like
have you gotten any moves?
Yeah, I did a couple. Yeah, I've got a couple. And like Japanese whiskey is like known there, and they have a different way of how they make it and how it's made. Wow. And then in chartreuse, there's like this herbal liqueur made by monks. And like the thing is like these are all fantasy stories, but they're all real. They're all real. Like there's a story behind it, but this shit is really happening in this place that you've never been at.
You just gotta go there.
Yeah, and it's crazy when you see it. You're like, oh, the vision matches or it doesn't match. I didn't expect it to be this way. Yeah. You know?
That's cool. That's the beauty of traveling.
Did you get shocked by any places that you went to that you're like, oh, this is not in what I thought it would be at all?
Oh, maybe it was like, I guess I would say like when I was in Europe once, I don't remember the city, but I remember being like, like, this looks like over here a little bit. I think I thought it was going to be a complete fairy book, but there are cities that are like that for sure. Like that there are the fairy book of like, whoa, but I don't know if there's like a specific place. Do you have any?
No, not really. That got shocked by. I mean, Japan for sure. Like I just didn't know what to expect. Like if you have an expectation of something and then you see it and it's not it, I don't want to get let down. Like I kind of want to just be up for its own interpretation. Yeah. You know? Like
you gotta go, that's why you got to go into it like that though.
Like for example, I don't know, Universal Studios. We'll just use that.
Okay.
And
Halloween Horror Nights, you ever been?
I have.
It's fun.
So we'll use that exact thing. I was so hyped up on Halloween Horror Nights. All my friends were talking about it. Like, this is the shit. It's worth the money. We're gonna need the fast pass, this and that, blah, blah. It's so fun. Yeah. We'll do a little bit of shrooms. It'll be a great time. And then we did it, and I was like, you guys hyped that up way too much. You ruined things for me. Like, I feel like if I just went into it with low expectations and I went in and I saw like the Mario world and like all these scary things, and I would have been like, oh, this is sick. But like, I feel like I was overhyped for me.
Dang,
that's a perfect example.
Yeah. No, it's
like,
crazy.
I love it.
I love it. Me and my friends used to go to like haunted houses back in St. Louis. Like when there would be these random Halloween, like. Did
you have like the mazes and stuff in people's ranches?
I remember one was called like Creepy World. I'll never forget that one. I never went to the Darkness though. I think that was like.
The Darkness.
Yeah. People in St. Louis, if they're watching this, they'll know. I never went to that one. Apparently it was really scary, but
was there a reason why you didn't go to that one?
Yeah, apparently it was too scary.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was like, ooh, chill. But going to Halloween Horror Nights, I like it a lot because it's also cool because they're all, actors, but they're still scary. Like they will still pop out. I think it's the pop out is what's scary, but what helps is that I'm like, okay, you probably had rehearsal before this, like, but I like it. I think it's fun, but you definitely need the passes.
That's
the
one thing I do
have for sure.
That's one thing I do love about LA is like all these artists who are better than most people at their craft all around the world. Yeah. Come here and like they're working regularly. Like these dancers who tour are teaching classes. These actors are at Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, I was just thinking about that too when I uploaded my little Millennium dance video. I was like, people come to train at this specific dance studio, and I'm from around the world, and you
from
live
around
here.
the world, and I'm like 15 minutes away. Yeah, and I'm doing that on a random night, and it was cool. It was like a luxury, and it was a moment of like I thought about it differently. I was like, wow, it's a blessing. But hey, we're all going to Japan. Let's go there. Like,
hey, do you have a mission in life right now? Like, I feel like the goal was to get here in the sense of, as a dancer, the goal was to hit this spot.
I'd for sure have a mission. I have some like personal missions that I probably keep to myself, but with music, like at some point, I think I'll be able to explain it, but I want to be able to, since I already do have a nice platform, I feel like I'm in a nice running position, and it's like, I think it would be awesome, which I am, but like to take the run instead of to not. Like I could easily be like, actually, I don't think I want to do this, but the way music makes me feel and the way music has healed me and like got me through things and got me through breakups and you know, has made me feel like I would love to have a song that helps somebody feel good when they hear it. And whatever that may be, if they're in the car and they just want to play my song and then it's like maybe one word that I say like tickles them a little bit, like that's what is going to be really cool. And ultimately about like sharing my gift and making it not a selfish thing. Like I would love to, you know, and then it's like obviously thinking in such a crazy delusional way, but it's not really at the same time.
Why do you think people say that?
What? Thinking delusionally?
Yeah. Because
it hasn't happened yet.
Well, every great person has talked delusionally, and then it happens, and then it's not delusional anymore.
I think it's like low-key saying the word delusion might be the lucky secret weapon. Like I think it's like you got to think that your dreams are actually so crazy and wild, and that if you accomplish them, then that's like, you know, I think that's the way I'm thinking about it is like, I can say all these things like I want to be able to, you know, build a dance studio somewhere in a place that needs it because I have the financial stability from music to do that, you know, like that's delusional right now because I can't do that right now. I mean, I could if I had a team helping me figure that out, but like me is where I'm at in my life, the struggles that I go through daily, like I'm not in the place yet, but I would love to be in a place to like, to give back and to help people because I've gotten so much and I've been so blessed with my career and my friends and my family and like, you know, brands and things. I've done really awesome stuff. And again, it's like I've worked for my luck, but like I've been very, very, very blessed. And I would like to now be in a space to like give the blessings somewhere else. I think that's like my main drive about doing this is like for other people, but at the same time, still for me because it'll be my expression and I'll be dancing and singing and like being in my purpose as well and like living through my gift. But like, what is the gift for? The gift is for, you know, showing, you know, it's like these artists sometimes get so overwhelmed and I understand because they're giving.
I'm excited to see it.
Me too. Me too, man. But
it's beautiful to listen to someone who's so convicted in what they're doing because the belief is lacking in a lot of people who don't do it.
Yeah. But you know, I am here talking all this, doing all this, but like I said earlier, I do take my seasons where I am a little bit more so not as, my priorities aren't as straight. I'm not as on my shit. Like there are times where I haven't posted a dance video in 4 months. I haven't taught in a class in a while, but it's because at the same time, like I still am a human being.
Yeah.
As much as I'm this little fairy frolicking around, singing and dancing, I still have to have the moments where I like got to find my grounding again.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people who don't or forget about that.
Yeah.
Like when you meet, like I've met a lot of celebrities bartending. Like I did Adele's album release party.
Sick. Wow.
I did a Gunna's album release party at Soho House. I did
His album was crazy.
Like a Kevin Hart's birthday,
cool.
like crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then they dab you up. They give you a cool tip. They say what's up. They're human too.
They're human.
They got to go to the restroom. Like I took there was this UFC champ fighter who I went to the restroom with, and I went to the restroom, and
I'm like, you did?
And we were at like right next to similar stalls, and he was like, "Yo, what's up?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Yo, I've been watching you fight since I was a kid," and he was like, "That's what's up, bro." Crazy. But the thing is, like, they do all the same things that other humans do.
Yeah.
You know, they just got really good at something that made them known.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to treat them that way too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I get mad when someone interrupts like someone well known and their kids are around and this and that. I'm like, yo, come on, like they're human too.
No, 100%. Yeah, everybody's a real person, are real people.
But I love your mission, man. I'm excited to see how it goes. You got any things coming out right now that you want to talk about? No,
I think just like I've been sharing little snippets on my little story here and there.
Little teasers.
Little tickles. Yeah, if you want to like keep up with that. Hopefully this year, I mean, I'm definitely going to release something this year for sure. But I'm still in Creation Station and apparently it's the best place to be, because once you get on, like,
I like all these ad libs, man. Like they're rhyming, they're catchy. Creation station.
Yeah, but like once you get in the realm of like now you got this and now you're doing it, it's like everybody's like, it's not as fun. I'm like, whew, but I can't wait to get there. But I'm enjoying where I'm at.
Getting lost in the sauce and like the consistency of like the building phase and like understanding who you are as this person is kind of like I can only relate it to. I've done this podcast for like 5 years and I've had so many conversations with people, and I'm just like, you don't know what it is at first because you're just talking on mics, and then there's a purpose to it now. And then there's like, it slowly builds, and then you understand who you are as a person, and like, 100%. You know, and that's with anything. Yeah.
No, facts. Also, sorry for picking up my phone like 3 times. I low-key was like, I didn't know if I had something on my nose or anything. I was low-key just looking in the reflection. But I had just seen a podcast where they were like calling this girl out for being on her phone.
I would have let you know.
Okay, I was like, I didn't hope I didn't have anything on my face. Like, again, self-critical, insecure, overthinking. I'm like, what do I look like right now? But
before we conclude, what's with the dance names? Like boom bop. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because sometimes there's not a name to describe what you're doing, but there's a sound or like a feeling or like, what is that? Is that called an onomatopoeia? Is that what those things are called?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So work. I think even that work.
Whoa. She just did it for you guys.
I think it's just takes it back. It takes it back to the first steps of being a human being. Like, you don't even know words yet, but you know sounds and you know things and you know mostly sounds.
But people understand it. Like when you teach it and you teach the sounds with the move, they do it. Yeah. When you say it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy.
Because you can visually hear it and you can see it. You know, it's easier than being like, because you can say like 1E and a 2.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, you can tell someone it's like, that was a bad example, but like, you know, instead of being like, okay, hit 1 and a 2, you can be like, and a boom, bam. Like, and the way I said bam is how my energy went. Instead of just like a 1, 2.
Yeah.
It was a boom, bam. Hey, instead of a 3 and 4, you know, it's like, it's just kind of making it more simple to understand, I think.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it relates to the move that you want better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I said, taking it back for like first steps, like when you're learning how to speak and you're learning how to do it, it's like taking it back to the basics of like not over, like simplifying it. I think the main thing is like simplifying it, because also as a teacher, man, you're teaching this, you're trying to explain it, you're trying to do it, like random things come out.
Yeah. How do you get your energy across the screen, like to people? Because I feel like any big content creator, if that is dance, or even if that's a motivational speaker, or even it's like, I consume a lot of like workout stuff. The people who I follow, like I definitely like feel like where they're coming from.
I think they work on their, like, I think it's just about working on your energy outside of the thing. And, you know, that's a good question. How do you, I think it's like living, one of my best friends, like he romanticizes everything he does. His name's Jake. He's an incredible dancer, Jake Langry, one of my best friends.
Let's go, Jake.
And you don't even know I'm saying this right now, but he romanticizes everything. Like even the way he makes his sandwich, everything has intention. Everything has energy. And when you live that way, like even the way I just said, live that way, I'm not just being like, and then you live that way. It's just about committing to, just storytelling. It's really storytelling. And it's, if you want to tell the story with details, or you want to just like monotone and just be like blah. And it's the same with like dance. Like you can do the dance, but when you're feeling the dance, like you can see the person's feeling it. And it's really, ultimately, you have to tap in with yourself in your everyday life to be able to be so tapped in that you're already tapped in when you walk in the room. And you don't have to turn on the tap in. Yeah. You're already tapped in.
They're already tapped in.
You're already tapped in.
Love that. What do you call it? For social media, there's a lot of people who want to do what you do. Like make a living off social media.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to people who are just like, I don't know where to start. I don't know this and that. Just consistency.
Consistency. That is the one thing that got me where I was today. I was consistent. I was posting dance videos. I was posting more videos. I was posting pictures. I was putting stories. My stories, I love stories. Stories are one of my favorite parts. And it's because, again, it's working with the algorithm. The algorithm's popping up. People are seeing what you're doing. And I really treated all my things like a mini vlog or like a mood board. And kind of just connecting with like the metaverse and like what you are on a digital platform. You know, I like to think of it as like my little Hannah Montana, like everything like D Glazer, you know, but like off screen, like I'm Delaney, you know, and it's just kind of like putting energy into D Glazer. You got to put energy into it. It's also like, it's a digital resume, you know, everybody's on their phone. So you can either, like, again, you got to just take the action. You just got to start doing it. But I think the main advice would be to be consistent with it. Find a flow. Also get inspiration from other people's, like...
Curate your algorithm.
Create your algorithm. If you're on TikTok, man, save the audio that you like of the person. And you're not going to have the same video that they have, but you can still create it to the same song because that's also great for the algorithm. It's clearly a popular song if it's popping up and you like it. Yeah. But it's just the difference between like looking at it, being like, I wish I could have an Instagram profile or like, oh, I wish I was like this TikTok person that just came on my For You page because they're creating, they're always doing stuff, but it's like, yeah, but they're doing it. So are you going to do it? Yeah. You know, and it just, the consistency is the main, that's that yummy word, consistency. And I'm working on that now with music. Yeah. Before I was talking all this stuff. I want to be an artist. I want to do that. Now I'm booking the sessions. I'm in it every week. I'm in there. Sometimes I don't create anything and I'm like, ooh, that wasn't the one. And then 2 days later I create something and I'm like, I can really do this for real. Like, this is crazy. But
for consistency, a lot of people stop. What is the, I guess, mindset when you have that feeling of like, fuck, I don't know if this is going to work, or like, oh, this sucks. I posted so many times and nothing's like
post
really
popped
up.
Yeah. You know, post and delete. Hey, post it, delete it. If you don't like it, you can delete it.
Delete it.
I will say though, when I say post and delete, also like internet is forever. So you post it, it's on there. Be careful somewhere. What you post. Like, you know, but yeah, I don't know. Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Just do it.
Just see. And then also, it's obviously hard because our social media world is so based, like you said, on like numbers. And people look at the numbers on the right side and it's like, but if you're looking at the content that you uploaded, if you love it, you don't want it to fully matter what it is on the side. And also something that's super important is to reuse your footage. Reuse it and you cross content and you cross platform. Like there's videos that I've posted on Instagram 6 years ago that I'm like, actually, nobody's seen that on TikTok. I have actually different followers on there. Let me throw that back up. So I think that's also something. Don't think that you can't reuse your own stuff. Yeah. You know, we have a pair of jeans that we wear all the time and it's always fire when I put those jeans on. So like low key, if you want to refresh and you want to remind people that you did that, remind it.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, because it's true. Like, I bet you have some videos of like a lifting that you made and it was like the perfect thing. But it was like such a good video and you really killed that edit that you posted like 6 months ago. And then, like my other videos aren't doing well, but like, let me put that on my TikTok story. Yeah. It's going to create traction and it's going to go somewhere else, you know?
I think that's great advice. Yeah. I think that's great advice.
Yay.
I love that.
Yay.
All right, Mrs. D. Glazer, that was fun.
Yay, that was so fun. We
did it over 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
It went by. It was like a time machine.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you?
We didn't say like that much either.
I don't believe so.
Remember we were talking about that? Where can everybody find me? Yeah. You can find me on YouTube under Delaney Glazer. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at D Glazer, DeeGlazer.
Let's go.
And soon on Spotify. Ooh. Be on the lookout. It's coming.
What's going to be the handle?
I don't know yet.
You don't know? Do you have a different name?
It's like I feel like I'm having a baby. Like I'm like, what is the name going to be? Yeah, it's between D Glazer and Delaney Glazer, and okay. I'm struggling. I'm on this back and forth. So,
well, what's the reasoning for the D Glazer on Instagram and Delaney Glazer on YouTube?
I think just like later in life, I had just like got YouTube later. But the reason for D Glazer was just because my brother had showed me Instagram so long ago, and like I just thought D Glazer was cooler than Delaney Glazer because it was like a username, you know. And taking it back to AIM, I was like dance and skate, Goldilocks 532. Like you know, you had
What's
cooler.
AIM?
instant messaging.
Okay.
And it was like back in the day where you could it was literally just had screen names and you would just chat with people instead of like texting. It was just on the desktop.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Oh, it was a great time. You could have a bio too. Yeah. That was the real tea. That was before social media. But yeah, so it's between that, because it's like I've built my dance empire and my brand under D Glazer.
Yeah.
So do I keep rolling with that and people know that as me and I upload it and it's D Glazer, or am I Delaney? And so I have time. I'm still figuring it out. But the second that I do make that Spotify, you'll know.
Heck yeah.
You'll know. Still working on it.
It's sick, the branding part of what you've done, because if you look at big businesses, like if you look at like Tesla or SpaceX, you don't really think about Tesla or SpaceX. You think Elon Musk. Facebook, you think Mark Zuckerberg. Like, you know, like these big brands, you think of the person like leading it. And all these people who are making a living doing their full business all the time, it's just because of their personal brand. Yeah. It's who they are. People fall in love with people, you know? Yeah. And like, it's cool to see.
It's awesome, but I will say I definitely got to give my flowers to the artists that have put me on their stages, that their fans have seen me, and it's definitely helped. So thank you to all of them. They've been real ones for that. And all the other people that allowed me to have a cool dance video, who called me out in their class and allowed me to have that Instagram video, because I didn't do it all by myself. I ran with what I had. I ran with the strength that I got from other people, but I definitely am very grateful and thankful that people have showed me love. And I'm grateful that I can take it and do something positive with it and create from it. So
Delaney Glazer, everybody.
Yay! Hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for listening to me. Yeah.
Peace out, y'all. Bye.